Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to our channel. How's everyone doing? Good evening, Obodo fam. I trust everyone is doing well. Happy Sunday. And a very happy Mother's Day to all our friends in the US and wherever else they are celebrating Mother's Day today. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Obodo fam. Wishing all the mothers a happy Mother's Day. Mothers, aspiring mothers, foster mothers, mothers in love. Happy Mother's Day to you all. All the mother sacrifices and grind, even when no one sees. We acknowledge you and appreciate you. One love. Thank you, the blooming groom. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. You're welcome to tonight's live stream. I hope you are well. Yeah, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. We thank God. Motherhood is a gift. And you can become mothers in various ways, not only biologically, you can also become a mother, by looking after other people's children. And we wish all mothers, whether you are a biological mother and you are a mother in waiting, you are a foster mother, in whatever capacity that you are mothering people, that you are looking after other people, other little human being. Somebody on social media calls them little people that don't pay bills. They are the little people that don't pay bills. They have a lot of say. They consume a lot. They take your money, they take your time, they take all the love in your heart. The little people, everyone that has little people that don't pay bills, they are looking after. I greet you today. I pray that our labor of love will not be in vain. Thank you very much, Aisha. I greet you all. Thank you for being here today. I appreciate you. Please give this video a thumbs up. You know how we do it on this platform. As you're coming in, just hit the like button, subscribe if you have not yet done so, and become an Obodo fam. So I'm just going to get right into it because we have a lot to cover. We are doing one of those shows today where we always have learning in all our shows, but tonight, sometimes we have some that they are like classes. Yeah, they are little people, chat moment, very little people. But little in size, but what they take from us is not little at all. I'm still trying to get my. Who follow me on Instagram? I posted a picture, a video, and I'm getting to my weight goals. But you see this belly, I'm still trying to reduce this belly because once these little people enter your belly, to get it back, I said some women that saw, they are just blessed by their biology that they naturally have a very flat one. For most of us, is a struggle. I'm telling you. So when I look at my tummy, I look at my children and say, "It's your fault. Your big head is what has expanded it to this place where it is now. I want my belly back." Adana, you're welcome, my darling. She said, "Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing moms here. Happy Mother's Day to anyone who has played a motherly role in someone's life." Yeah, we appreciate mothers. Mothers are amazing. Temiti, you've lost 4 kg. Wow, fantastic. Congratulations. Wonderful. Yeah, that's really good. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Welcome. So today we're having one of those classes where it's like a class. It's one of those shows where we have like a class where there's a lot of learning. So I have my pen and paper and I'm ready to learn from you guys and also have some very, very so many points to share. And we are still on the issue of Edochie. Okay. So apparently this guy has not rested. We have even rested. We have rested and said, okay, let's just leave him with his foolishness about this polygamy thing. Whatever he wants to do is his business. And I've been seeing so many things on social media. He's been saying that people are advising him, people are sending a message. I'm like, dude, are you okay? You told us, about this situation. You could have married your second wife in peace and leave us alone to face our life. But you decided to put this matter on social media, knowing that it was going to get a reaction. As a matter of fact, you were celebrating, breaking the internet and how everybody was engaging, how he was saying that he broke the internet on a Wednesday. There was no religion conflict. There was nothing. Everybody came together because of his issues. So congratulations, Oga, for breaking the internet. You already knew. It was well orchestrated. But I was asking myself the question, though. I was like, why? Why did he choose? Because he could have married his second wife in peace without disturbing our life with it. He didn't need to bring it to social media. He didn't need to post her. He didn't need to post his new family. Why did he do it? That's what I've been trying to, figure it out in my head. Why did he do it? I don't know why he did it. That's what I keep asking myself. Why did he do it? I don't know why he did it. Because if you didn't want people to have an opinion, you didn't want people to say something, then you shouldn't have done it. You put it out there and then you start selling adverts. You started saying that he's doing advert and people are contacting him, advert 150,000. I even thought they charge more, to be honest. I was quite disappointed. Oh, Adama, you say he's an attention seeker. I was quite disappointed when he said ad is 150,000, like Bere. So you did all this because of 150,000 per post. Wow. Okay. So tonight I want us to look deeper into this issue. Okay. I want us to look into it a bit more. And I'm going to be looking at it. I like to, I think we learn more when there are case studies. Okay. We learn from case studies. And these are the three people that came to my mind immediately. He's standing there in the middle, Yul and his wife, Mary. And then on the left, we have the minister, gospel minister, Samuel Posu and his wife. And then on my left, you have, what's his name? Adekaz and his first wife. He's now married to Mercy Yaigbe, right? So these three people are our case studies tonight. And there's a lot I want to look into it. I'm actually thinking, because I kept thinking, Kitchen Connoisseur say, oh, hi, Kitchen Connoisseur, how are you? It's so lovely to see you again. He said, she's saying that he's a politician and a rival may have wanted to expose him, so he outed himself out before the political rivals did. That's one of the possibilities. Yeah, that's one of the possibilities. A lot of people are saying that it was actually a blogger on Instagram that was going to expose him, so he decided that, okay, let me just go ahead and do this thing myself. After all, you can't shame the shameless, right? You know what social media people will say? You cannot shame the shameless. Right. So I've been, thinking about it. Why did he do it? He could have married that woman secretly. Okay. After all, he's been dating her for a long time. He didn't just, they have a child. So it's not the day he married her, they got together. He's been dating her. And I hear people on social media saying that there's a difference between cheating and polygamy. And I'm like, okay, please, my people, forgive my ignorance on this matter. I don't understand it because I've tried to figure it out. I sat down, I said, okay, polygamy. And people are saying, no, polygamy is different from cheating. Polygamy is marrying a second or third wife. Cheating is when you are cheating on your wife. I'm like, how does polygamy start? I beg. Have you ever seen any man or somebody that is going to take a second wife? Let's use Edochie. Like Adama is particularly very serious about this matter because she's a Catholic. Adama, I could tell that this matter really affected you. The way you've been on and on. I've never seen you so serious about any of the cases on this platform like this man. I think the Catholic in you really came out on this one. She said, you Yul is the main one there. He makes all the other case studies look like saints. Oh my God. I think they're all in the same category if you are talking about cheating, right? If we are talking about cheating, they are all, to me personally, I think they are all in the same category. Because you, at least you listen, I'm not making any excuses for him. You guys know we've reasoned his matter several times on this platform. I think he's a narcissist, and he only cares about himself, and he lives in this, you know, his mind during this whole thing was in a place of what they call delusions of grandeur. Okay. So he's only thinking about himself, and he has this exaggerated, you know, image of himself bigger than what he truly is. I think he is suffering from what psychologists call it grandeur delusion or delusions of grandeur. That's exactly what he's suffering from. Okay, we've gone through all that, how he's not thinking about the impact on his children, his first wife, Mary, and all that. Okay, Adama, but I'm saying to you that what Samokoso is a minister. As a matter of fact, somebody contacted me a few days ago and was saying that, Obodo, I need to speak to you. My church in the US invited him for ministration, but I need to confirm some things from you. I'm like, really? And so I told the person, I said, send me a voice note. You know what they said? He said, no, don't worry. I said, you think I have your time? It's me you want to use to do your church investigation. They want to find out from me whether he truly cheated or not, or I don't know what they were trying to do. Yeah. Temiti, did I get it? I'm bringing my long lost knowledge of psychology. Delusions of grandeur. Yeah. my knowledge of psychology, I'm trying to recall it because I cannot see why this guy chose this path that is on now. Okay. I don't want to believe it's because of advert of 150,000 naira per post, you know, or maybe he's not as, he's not doing so well financially as people think. It's not an easy thing. Nollywood is not easy. Sometimes I hear they owe them a lot of money. They don't pay them for all the acting that they do. So, and if you want reason and well, it's not in the same category like people like RMD and the Rasinoa and Kanayo. So Nollywood they get a level. Okay. So my people, I want us to look into this matter. Yeah, chat moment. They say he's blaming his wife. I saw the video. I have the video here. I'm going to play it for you in a minute. But I just want to lay the foundation as you are starting that. You know, when it comes to African society, Nigeria especially, where I come from, growing up, I don't think it's changed much from our parents' time, our grandfather's time till now. As a matter of fact, it might even be worse. Because even though the average Nigerian man, educated, cosmopolitan, exposed man, might not marry a second wife, but on the other hand, there's still a lot of cheating. Okay, not all men cheat. Let's get that right. Not all men cheat. Adana, you say, I think it is because you love him so much and supported his presidential ambition. I also love his beautiful wife and lovely children. They are a magazine looking family like the Obamas. Yeah, I see why the team pain. I can tell that you took a personal interest to this one. I've never seen something affect you so much. I thought it was the Catholic in you. Maybe because he's a Catholic and you felt like he was not respecting the bounds of the church in terms of the rules of the church. Anyway, it is what it is. Unfortunately, we cannot control what other adults will do. They have their lives to live. Okay, we are just spectators. So we need to establish first fact there is that not all men cheat. As a matter of fact, there are a lot of men who understand that marriage is a covenant and that marriage is also a commitment. And if you set those vows to one person that you will love, you will cherish, you will honor, you will do this, all those plenty things that they usually talk when you are getting married. Some men take it very, very seriously. Some men also will not cheat because they love God so much and will not want to break the heart of God. Okay? Right. Yeah. So not all men cheat, please. Let's get that straight. Number two, women cheat too. I need to put that out there because I feel like sometimes when we women are going on and on and on and on, it feels like it's only men that cheat. Actually, women cheat a lot. It's just that women are they are very good. We are very good at hiding it. Eh? Women are more circumspect when it comes to these things because women are coded. You will never know. Okay, women are very good. Somebody told me that what is going on now, that a lot of Nigerian couples, like, marriages are open marriages these days. The women don't bother anymore when the men are cheating because they too, they have their boyfriend. They don't even care. So we'll meet at home. Everybody go and do your own thing. Then we'll meet at home. And then on Sunday, they will package themselves and go to church. And everybody will be doing holier than thou. Lori ro. Aha. No, but actually, Pauline says in Nigerian society, men do not commit sin. Only women always held accountable instead of everyone being accountable for their actions, choices, and decisions. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But you also know that is not a perfect. It's very far from being a perfect society. And you also know that women are held responsible for the failure or the success of the marriage. So we'll get to that, right? So I just wanted to say that not all men cheat and women cheat too. Okay, but statistically, as I was looking at this, men cheat more. Okay, because I was shocked when I watched the interview of Melinda Gates. Melinda Gates had an interview with this Oprah's friend. What's that woman? Gail. And Gail was asking her the question about, you know, Bill Gates cheating. She didn't answer the question. She was like, oh, it's best for him to answer that question himself. So that may or may not confirm that actually the person who was the richest man in the whole wide world for so many years may have cheated. I mean, Oyibo to the cheat, nobody do, but it's just that Dudu own is too much. It's just too reckless. Like black people, Africans is a way of life in Nigeria. Okay, as a matter of fact, in some circles, if men don't have girlfriends, married men know their friends will be teasing them that you be woman rapper. Mm? You be woman rapper, your wife is the one controlling you. You be Bewudani. They will call them all sorts of names because they choose to love their wife and to stay faithful in that marriage. And that's why it's very, very important that we select our friends, the kind of people that will befriend. Because friendship can have a negative or positive impact on people, whether you like it or not. They say, show me your friend, I'll tell you whom you are. All right. So, why did you, Edochie, choose to bring this matter to social media to introduce his second family? Okay. And the other people that we're also looking at tonight, and this is the difference between women in Nigeria and women who live in the diaspora. So let's talk about this Mrs. Adekas now, for instance, right? Mrs. Adekas, she, when the issue of her husband marrying Mercy Aigbe came up, you guys remember we did so many shows about it on this platform. We talked about it extensively. Please like this video. Yeah, give this video a thumbs up, guys. Please remember to do that. Very important. When the issue of Adekas happened and he took another wife, and this is a Muslim man, no, and you know the way they do it in the other religion, they use religion to support, taking another wife. But again, not all Muslims marry second wives or third wives. The woman don't even make noise. She didn't say anything. In fact, the first time she even released the statement was when I don't know whether it's an online blog or something that was saying so many things about the relationship. Oh, it was after Mercy and the man decided to go and do couples. When they went and do that video that backfired on them, since then their mouths quiet, they no fit talk again. The dragging accelerated. Like people were like, really? Now you want to come and rub this in our face? It's not enough that you are a boko. Now you want to come and rub it in our face and you are doing couples goals. They drag Mercy by her chain. Since then, she know they try them again. So the difference between these couples and the other couples that you are seeing there is that this woman lives in the diaspora and she issued a statement. Let me read it to you guys. I know we've done this before, but let's just refresh our memory. Yeah, she said, let's get it. Let's get the record straight here. The post is regarding an interview recently going around by Media Room Hub with my soon-to-be ex-husband. You see how she put soon-to-be in quotes. In one of the numerous one of his numerous lies. I want you all to know that contrary to what Mr. Edochie said, I did not, and I will never, she put it in bold, settle to have a second wife in my marriage to him. I don't even need to read anymore. She said, I will never, and I have never, and I will never settle to have a second wife in my marriage to him. This is a Muslim woman, married to a Muslim man. At least, I think she's a Muslim. I don't know. Sometimes Christians marry Muslim. But this is what she said. And she said, no, this is not my arrangement. No, 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 no. I'm not going to settle for it. So I free you to go and marry your new wife. This is what she said. She was bold to say, I am not going to tolerate cheating or polygamy because this is not our arrangement. I don't even need to read anymore. Okay. She said, Kazim, you stop painting a perfect picture of a marriage you clearly do not have with me. And her name is Oluwafunsho Ashiwaju Couture. And she said, you and your side chick can continue with whatever it is you are doing, but never, she put it in caps again, come out to social media degrading me or my children with you. With your demeaning and childish attitude, I will not stop at your level of foolish, of rubbish and stupidity. So that is Oluwafunsho Adeoti's first wife. Okay? Stay with me, oh guys. Follow the narration, though. So that woman made her position clear that me and you, this is not our contract. I'm not here for that nonsense. I don't have time for that foolishness. Okay? Right. She said, I free you. Go and marry your side chick. Okay, and then if you go on into the article, she said that they've been dating. She said Mercy has been the problem I've had in this marriage since how many years ago? And then she went us to tell her, she narrated the whole thing. It's on her page. Go to her page on Instagram, you'll see it. She said quite a lot. And then we have Minister Sam Okposu on the left, a gospel minister. The wife cheated. Another woman is expecting a baby for him now, but he cheated on his wife. Not the wife cheated. He cheated on his wife, and another woman is expecting a baby for him. And you know how they celebrated? You guys saw it on social media. They went on second honeymoon on Valentine's Day, and the woman was doing video and doing pepper them to put on social media just to support him, so that people on social media would think that all is rosy. And as far as we know, they are still in that marriage till today. This is not the first time he's cheated. He's a when you hear chronic womanizer, according to people that know him, he's always been a philanderer. And he will always be, because people like this do not change. All right? She stayed. Can you see the difference? I'm trying to show you that there is a difference between attitudes towards cheating in Nigeria and for people who live in the diaspora. That's why I'm using these two examples so you can see. You see that this is Adefunsho is saying no, I'm not taking it. You know why? And that's why we are going to go to why. Okay, and since the time that Edochie came out to say that he's going himself is a new wife now, and he has a new family now, they have a baby and all that, I don't think the wife has said anything apart from God will judge you both. She's not said anything. So I want to assume that she's still married to him. And I don't blame her. It's not an easy decision. It's not something that you just wake up and say, okay, there's a lot of pressure. There will be a lot of begging. People saying, oh, you want to break up, don't leave your wife, or don't leave your marriage, don't leave your husband for another man and all that. There's a lot in it. But why? Even though the man constantly, he's rubbing it on her face, he's on social media every day doing videos, posting, and he did this interview. I saw this interview, eh? I laugh. My people, I won't faint. Oh my God. I just a laugh where he was basically blaming his wife, saying that how people don't know their situation and people are giving opinion. Who are you to tell me how to run my life? Why should you be advising me? Why did you bring it to social media if you don't want people? You know that people will talk. You know that you put it on your page and the blogs will escalate it and Nigerians will run there. You were celebrating how you got 50,000 comments. So why are you now doing like you don't want the people to talk when you gave them something to talk about? So he went and did this interview. Let me play it.
To react that way, that's the truth. It's the love that they have for me. But at the same time, people are talking about something that they don't know the roots of it.
Yes, that's the problem.
There's always a reason for something.
He said that people have love for him. That's why he says he's suffering from delusions of grandeur. Because he's mistaking all that comment for love.
That's it. That's the problem.
They don't live in my house with me, so you don't. And nobody has said. I mean, what be the problem? What is the issue? And I mean, as a man, you don't come out to say everything in public.
Why did you bring it to the social media? You don't want to say everything. Why?
Put out there, yeah. So I'd rather take all the that they insult me, no problem. They will not understand,
That's what I said to people. People don't know. People don't
know.
Make a man to do what but
what to make a man to do what a man do.
I understand people as well, the way they take you as well.
Of course. I understand that.
They take you the son of Jesus Christ. So nothing you do, because there's a huge argument I have with some of them. I say we are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Sometimes, things can happen and we will keep on moving. That's the only way we can survive in this world,
Of course.
Yeah. As a man, Temiti, I hear you. He's a man.
Somebody sent me a message. Brother, someone sent me a message and said I should do a press conference. I started laughing. I should do press conference in my family life. Press conference.
You didn't know it's your family life before when you brought it to social media. Why did you bring it to your social media when you know it's your family life?
I do press conference and tell you how I
want to do follow
in my house. It's funny. Press conference, So one thing I will never do is to make, no matter what, I will never make my wife Mary to look bad in the public. No, I would never do that. No matter how much pressure they put, I wouldn't say this is because this is no. It's family, It's family.
So you think everything you've been doing is sweeting Mary? Mary is happy with all this nonsense.
No matter how much they insult me, they talk about, about things. It's something that they know nothing about. They don't know the truth.
Yeah, you should have just kept it private.
So it's in fact, the truth is, Ogapolo, God is preparing me.
I mean, who be this Ogapolo? Who be this Polo where they talk?
So I told them that.
That's the truth. God.
I told them that you are going. You are going, and I believe that
God is going.
God is preparing me for.
They understand.
Two delusional people, my people. He said he's going. His chances are like 80% less now if he ever had anything to do. The prominent people that are from the East have never get opportunity now. Now this confused human being.
I'll never take that for granted. And as a leader, people must insult you. I mean, this is nothing compared to what you go through.
They use people, they write insult for there. Anukus and Anu.
You will make certain decisions. You will make certain decisions for the good of the people that certain people will not see the good side of it, and then they will insult you. they will insult you. People will be against you, you know. My message, my coffin.
Yeah.
People
The
will
most
be, of
important
course. Coffin, you know. So if you're that kind of person
family,
who
you
reacts,
to insult yourself, because the
of
government
course,
and everything.
of course.
So, but the only
So
thing is, I think it's better to
yeah.
address it that your family understands. You have things that happen has happened. You can't change the clock back, you know. But you need to move on as a man, and the Anambra State man for that matter. So there's a rules and regulation as
Anambra State man for that matter.
you know, and that's what I said to Freeze. There's a guy called Freeze that is discovering
Oh,
this.
is it
Freeze, you're not
Anambra
an
State
Igbo
man
man,
for that matter?
so you cannot come and start harassing us as an Igbo. We have our rules
Should I
and
take it
regulations.
off? Are you guys
We have
tired?
things we
He says
believe in.
Anambra State
So
man for that
this is
matter.
how
He's
it
not
is.
just an Igbo
I know
man.
you know, in the eyes of Nigerians, it's a mistake, but as a mistake man who that taking responsible of his mistake, it's not a big deal, you know.
You are taking responsibility. Which responsibility is he taking? He shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Are we Jesus
Taking
Christ that
responsibility
we don't
of what?
commit? Sometimes things will happen, but as a man, you need to take responsible of things that happen. As far as I'm concerned, making sure your
He's taking
family is
responsibility.
fantastic, making sure your wife is good, making sure that
Okay, I think you're tired.
That's the most important.
They are praising him basically for taking responsibility. I don't know the responsibility he's taking. Okay, so that is the angle that Oga Polo is taking now. That I don't know what pushed him to do that live stream. He's definitely not qualified for it, and he should never ever do any live stream again. He should just go and stay and do his business of artist, whatever, production or whatever he does in the background. This one is not for him. Blessing say, Auntie B, please stop. Stop it. He's taking responsibility. And I'm Brahman for that matter. Oh, Ibo Kwenu. Oh my God. It's the way they are praising him. The man is praising him. Oga Polo is praising him. He says, you are taking responsibility. And I'm Brahman for that matter. God is behind you. You are going to get there. You will succeed. Oh, Jesus. I mean, we can laugh, we can play, we can joke about this, you know. But the point is that there are actually people that are deeply affected in this matter. You know, there are people that are deeply affected, of which these people don't even care. They don't care. You does not care about his children, their well-being. They are on social media, and this the 10-year-old is on Instagram. They know everything that is happening. You can't keep it from them. So this is what it is. I've shown you the difference between Naija and Obodoyibo. Okay, and it's not all women in Obodoyibo that will take that stand. It's about you as an individual. Blinks TV, thank you. Blinks TV say, if I miss one of Auntie B's show, I feel sick. Never a dull moment. Yeah, let's laugh, Jare. Yeah. My people, that is it though. There's a lot going on. Okay. Now people are celebrating him for taking responsibility, and nobody is saying, okay, you are married. What's the problem? What did Mary do to you? You appear like Adana said. Your marriage seems like the perfect marriage, magazine kind of marriage. Everybody adores your wife and children. You guys look so beautiful together. Look at them. And because he did it so publicly, the implication is that he has a lot of consequences for these beautiful children of his. And I don't think he is even aware of it, or maybe he's aware he doesn't care. And that's why he carries on in this foolery of his. Okay? So I don't know why that man is celebrating him, but obviously he needs people that will make him feel his ego is not big enough. So he needs people that will help him again to make him feel like he's the best thing that ever happened since ice cream, Mr. Responsibility. Okay, so the conversation today, let me run through quickly because I have 10 points to share with you guys, and I'm going to run through them quickly. Why is it that cheating has been normalized. Why is cheating normalized in Nigerian marriages? Why? It's not only Nigeria, it happens in a lot of African countries, but I always talk about Nigeria because that is the culture that I come from, that is society I come from, that's where I understand. Why is it normalized? Seems like people have normalized it. And did you guys see a lot of fight going on social media? Mm-hmm. Did you see that? There's a lot of fight going on social media where people were supporting what's his name, Edochie. This girl came out and said that one of the women that was saying that he has a right to marry another wife. Abiodun, what is the relationship between Obama and Edochie? Please don't even compare them. Obama came out in the limelight through social media. Was it negative social media or marrying second wife? Obama loves and respects his wife, I beg. Not put Obama and Edochie in the same sentence, I beg. That's actually offensive. It's very, very offensive to put those two men together because this guy has no moral compass. I beg. So, my people, why is it that cheating is normalized now in our cultures all across Nigeria? And somebody who's a Muslim here was even telling us that even the way that Adekas did his own, Adeoti did his own with Messi Aigbe is wrong. If you want to look at it from the Islamic point of view, that the way they did this is completely wrong. I think it was Rashida that was telling us. She's a Muslim, so she will know. Anyway, I want to give you 10 points why women like Samokposo's long-suffering wife, who stayed with him through thick and thin, marriage of how many years, while he's busy philandering up and down, sleeping on with everything that is wearing skirts. And, many women out there will never leave, not in Nigeria alone, even in the diaspora. In our culture, why cheating is normalized. I will just run through 10 points. The first one is about status. Okay. It's about status. Marriage is a massive status for Africans, Nigerians. Marriage is a very, very massive status for us. Once you are married as a man or a woman, you are respected because of your status of being married. People don't respect people who are not married. That's the truth. I don't agree with it. I think it's wrong. Everybody deserves to be respected, whether you are single, married, divorced, separated, or you are a child. Children too need to be respected. You don't need to respect people based on their marital status. I always believe that any respect you give to people based on what you know about their circumstances is false. Just respect people. Shikena. Respect people. As a human being, let's just respect one another. Lobaton. You don't need to respect people whether they are because some people is only when they have money they are respected. It's long suffering wife Otoyin. Ṣé kò ń ṣe long suffering ni? Long suffering ni. Àìmọye, uncountable. Some people contacted me when we broke his story, Sam Okposo. All the escapades. This man, oh my God, he's worse than a dog. Please forget that. So, status, it's a big deal. I'm married. Are you talking to me like that? You go a place like Nigeria, men will tell you, if you're talking to them, maybe you have a little misunderstanding. They will say, I have somebody like, I have your mate at home. That means I have a wife like you at home. And married women will say to people, I'm a married woman. You cannot talk to a married woman like that. So married women deserve more respect than single women. I don't agree with it, but it's a status thing. And we need to change it. I don't agree with it. Respect people, period. Okay? So that status is such a big deal. When you are married, you are respected. When you are unmarried, you are single, especially if you are divorced. It's like you've committed an offense, a sin, a very serious sin. And it's usually the woman. So status is number one. Number two, religion. Yeah, me, somebody's wife. Chat moment. You don't know, Nigerian women, they will say, as a married woman, please don't talk to me like that. I'm a married woman. They wear it like you know how you wear something of honor. You know all those Western films when you have a badge, when you when you're in the military, you wear a badge of honor. You know all those military people that have been to so many, battles, and when they put their badges, they line it up like a general. You're a brigadier general, you're a general in the army. You line all your badges up. That's how women wear the badge of marriage. They wear it, including the ones that they are beating every day. They wear it with so much honor. Okay. Just let's respect everyone. Yeah, that's how we begin to break down the stereotypes around this thing. I believe everybody should be respected. It doesn't matter whether you are married or not. Don't check people's hand to see whether they are wearing wedding band or not. You know, some single women in Nigeria have to wear, they wear fake wedding ring. You don't see people where they wear fake wedding ring. Do you know why? So that they will get respect. They wear fake wedding band. And this is not from men to women. I'm telling you about fellow women that will be shading you because you are not married. Okay. Gigi said, even like her, that she's divorced, that her cousins who are younger than me, you say, my cousins who are younger than me, because they are married, will be considered first before me. That is complete nonsense. Honestly, it's complete nonsense. Okay. Number 2 is religion. Religion, Christianity. Marriage is everything in the church. Only married people can minister. Or if you are single, I've never been married, yes. But if you are divorced or separated, no. Okay? So, in the Christian setting, marriage is a big deal in the church. And we're a very, very religious society. You hear pastors say things like, God hates divorce. A good woman builds her own home. But they forget the part of the scripture that says that a man that cannot provide for his own home, that cannot provide for his family, is worse than an infidel. Yeah? Yeah. And they've forgotten scriptures that say that, submit to one another. Men, love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave himself up. How did Christ love the church? Christ loved the church to the point of surrendering his life for the church. That is the kind of love that, as Christians, that God is demanding. It's a huge responsibility. I don't think people understand how deep that covenant is. And I wish most pastors would be teaching more about it daily before people even get married. Because it's a very, very massive commitment. Love your wives as Christ loved the church. You know the way Christ loved the church? It is so deep. If you can love your wife even half of, no man can even love their wife the way Christ loved the church. Let's say 100% of how Christ loved the church, you can even love your wife 50. You'll be okay. But in the church, they don't quote those ones. So they will never quote those ones. They will tell you that. So unfortunately, a lot of wrong teachings in Nigeria. Christianity is massive. Every street has plenty churches everywhere. People go to church religiously. They don't miss any service. They don't miss Sundays. All the churches are packed. In fact, there was once upon a time I went to Nigeria, and on Sunday when I didn't go to church, and I came out. I don't even know what I came out to do. If you see the way people were looking at me, they were looking at me with funny eyes. And I'm like, why are people looking at me? So I was asking my friend I'm with, I say, did I do something? He said, it's because you didn't go to church. They're looking at me with really evil eyes. I think we went to a restaurant to go and get food. What it concern me if I go to Nigeria and food that they find, go there. One of the things I enjoy doing in Nigeria is buying, because Nigerian food is fresh, it's organic. So I'll be sampling all the restaurant up and down. And with my short knicker. They give me evil eye. The people were coming from church. It was in Lagos. I will never forget. They were coming from church. We went to this restaurant to eat. These people used to do like fresh okra. Like the okra is a la carte. They prepare it while you are waiting. So I noticed that this woman was just giving me evil eye. So I asked my friend, I said, what did I do this woman? I don't even know you before. He said, Bridget, see what you wear now. You wear knicker. And she's coming from church. So she they look, you say this one, look am. She no go church. Maybe it is saying a shower. You don't go church, see am, a shower. Oh my God. Nigerians, chai. I've never seen people that are so They are so, when it comes to religion, chai, Olagbara, I'm telling you, it's terrible. It's very, very terrible. So that's it. That's one of the reason why women don't leave. The church will not understand. They will not support them, and they might lose their position. Okay, you will lose your ground, you will lose your stand if your pastor does not agree with you leaving that relationship. That's why you have to tolerate that cheating. We are looking at why, women tolerate cheating. Hans said, Miss B, is the shirt you were wearing judgmental crowd? Yes, I was wearing shorts. Nigeria is hot. What am I supposed to wear? It's very, very hot. It was like 38 degrees. You expect me to wear coats? I wear shorts and t-shirt and short pants and t-shirts. And if you see this woman, I will never forget her. When she started giving me, but even I order wine. Oh, me as I be find trouble. And I ordered wine. When she saw that I was drinking wine, she said, "Hey, imagine." She didn't open her mouth to address me, but her body language was screaming, look at what she's doing on Sunday when she didn't go to church. I don't send anybody. Okay, I don't send you. I don't care. That's your freaking business. Yes, short and tattoo. You need people like us. I'm a sinner. Oh, oh my God. Eunice, short and tattoo, Auntie B. You are definitely a sinner. Big one, oh, massive one. Yes, they expect me to dress like Mommy Gio. You know, on Sunday they will wear lace. Hey, if you see the way they dress to church, hey, people invest money on these clothes that they wear to church on Sundays. When I see my friends in Nigeria, they start arranging the clothes they want to wear to church tomorrow. I'm like, wow. Shoe and bag to match. They have different color of fascinators they put on their head, jewelry, genge. Because there's a lot of competition in the church. Whoa, let's not go into that. If we go into that, we'll not go finish this story today. Let me run through the rest. Yeah, religion is a big deal. Very, very. They wear their Sunday best. Yeah. So people like us now, they look at us as people that we don't know God, we don't love God. But now people like us love God past. They are just hypocrites, as you see them. So hypocrites. Number 3 is ridicule and shame. When a marriage ends, or if anything happens to your marriage, you have to be bearing it. You have to be bearing, you have to endure it and bear it. You have to endure it because there's a lot of ridicule when the marriage ends. Or you say, they'll say, cheating. I beg my sister, enter house, so go and pray, go and fast. There's a lot of stigma. There's a lot of stigma associated with leaving. When you leave and decide that, okay, I'm always proud of this, my friend. I have a friend that said, you know what? I come from a polygamous family. I already made up my mind that if my husband would try any nonsense by cheating and philandering up and down, I'm not going to tolerate it. And it's not an easy decision to make, to be honest. It's not an easy decision to make. So she told me that the husband started, next thing she started treating all sorts of infection. She will get infection. And she knows that it's from sleeping around. That's why the man was bringing infection. One day, she told herself, you know what? I can't take this. I told you before I cannot take it. I don't want you to come and give me. I saw Tio Gbogun. Like the one we did the last show when we were talking about the woman that the husband came and gave her a Hep B. My people, she told the man, this is the end of this marriage. He couldn't believe it. Do you know that years later, she kicked him out. She didn't even with her. She said, no, I can't take cheating. Years later now, he's had children for 3 other women. And then he now came back and said he wants her back. She's moved on since. She has a loving man who respects her, who treats her well, who doesn't cheat on her. And, I feel like some people is the fear of the unknown. Women, they are so afraid. They are so afraid of, the ridicule. What will people say? Oh, my church people, how will I explain it? There's so much that is involved, so much. And people will blame you. You will seem like a failure. You are the one that failed if your marriage doesn't work. If your marriage doesn't, I'm telling you that, my friend, I'm so proud of her. So proud of her. You don't find a lot of Nigerian women like that, oh. She said no. She said no, Brie. I told him, I said no, I can't do it anymore. I was treating diseases every day. This man will give me HIV. So I told him marriage is over. She left. She left with 2 kids. But she's very, very happy today. So that is one of the issues. The shame, the ridicule, the stigma. Number 4, security. Financial security is why some women look the other way. Some women even know their husband's boyfriend, girlfriend, or boyfriend. I tell you, someone saying we don't even know the one that is which now. It might be both. Who knows? They will say you cannot keep a home. Yeah, Coco, you are right. They will say you can't keep a home. Security, financial security. A lot of women back home in Nigeria don't have that financial security for themselves. They need the man to pay school fees, to pay rent, to provide. Even though they are working, they might not have the financial power to be able to care, for themselves and their children. So they need that financial security that comes with the marriage. If the marriage ends, they might not be able to fend for themselves or their children if they decide to take their children away. But, incidentally, on the flip side of it, some women still stay, even though they are the ones that are the breadwinner. It just depends on the situation. Some women will still stay with a cheating man, even though they are the breadwinner, because of other reasons, like we named the status, the religion, the stigma, and everything. So, but financial security is one of the big reasons why women in Nigeria. You see, this Adeka's wife, she lives in the US. Adeoti's wife, the former Mrs. Adeoti. She didn't even blink when he decided to go and marry Mercy Aigbe. She didn't shake. You know why? Because she's financially secured. She lives in the US. She makes money. She's good financially. She used to send money to this Mongo Park. It's the money he used to marry Mercy Aigbe. So when she saw that he was doing all this Iran, she said, okay, it's like that. Okay, Ogbeni. Okay. She cut the pipeline of supplying money and stayed on her own. She used to send him money. I heard this authoritatively, because he was pretending to be, he was doing businessman up and down. So as a good wife now, you want to support your husband. She's earning in dollars. Let me tell you something. Nigeria is hard. Okay, the cost of living is very, very high. And the salaries are not very regular like that, or they are not even, you can't even compare it to the cost of living, because you have to source your own electricity. You have to pay for so many things. The putting generator, buying petrol or diesel for generator alone in a month, people spend millions on it. They spend thousands of pounds on it, or of naira on it. So Miss Adeka's she didn't blink because she doesn't need the man, financially. She's the one that was giving him money because it's her husband. She thought she was supporting him. But you see, on the other side, if you look at women like Mary now, or Samokoso's wife, they might be depending. But Samokoso is the one that has the money. I don't know whether the wife has a job. She has a job, or she's stable enough, to be able to fund a lifestyle. And when you are married to somebody who has a bit of money, you become accustomed to a certain way of life. So you will look the other way, even though it's philandry, you will say, no. If you are living in Ikoyi, for you to go and live in a Surulere now, no. You can't do that. You are in a circle now. Social circle in Nigeria is a big deal. They have social class. Okay, so that is why financial security is a big deal. Women need to make their own money. Unfortunately, maybe the opportunities are not as much. Women in the diaspora are more fortunate. But still, again, some women in the diaspora, even though they have the money, they will still stay for other reasons. Yeah. Number 5 is the fear of being alone. Some people don't like being alone. They don't like it. They need to be in relationship. They need to be with someone. It's just that fear of being alone. And just after that, number 6 is, who is going to want me again? I cannot find love again. Okay? People are making Have you seen lately what has been trending? A lot of people are saying never marry a single mother, never marry a single mother. So that single mother has a stigma. And a lot of women will say, no, I don't want to be a single mother. If I end this relationship because he's cheating, then I become a single mother. Who's going to want me? I don't want to be a single mother. Where will I start again? Who will marry me with my children? Who will want me with my children? But you know what? One has to think and carefully contemplate on these things, because now they are alive, now they marry. I always say that if you delete, if you delete because of illness or one thing or the other, then now marriage be the last thing. People where they think for hospital, where they hospital, they say they put oxygen for their body, put this for their body. They think of marriage. They think of their children. Mary Jo, thank you for reminding us of Osinachi. She was the breadwinner, yeah. Yeah, Osinachi, the obvious reason why she stayed was because of the religion. It was because of her church. Okay, that's another reason. Fear of being alone. Okay, the next one is the children. You think about the children. Children's well-being. Who is going to help me with the children? How will I take care of the children by myself? The children need their father. The children need their this, the children need this, the children need that. And if you look at it, when you have two parents in a home that are healthy, let's talk about, I need to put that word in quote, healthy, because it's not all the time that two parents are necessarily a good thing. If one of them is a very, very negative influence on the relationship, whereby there's always rancouring, there's quarreling all the time, the children don't have peace. They are learning different things, picking up different things from one person because of a lifestyle, then it's not always better. But in most cases, when they are two healthy adults, two parents, a man and a woman, it's always better for children to grow up in a two-parents household. Okay, so that's one thing that women will consider. The children need their father. How can I take them away from their father? Or if I leave, maybe we'll take the children from me. It happened in Nigeria. It happens all the time, especially with these men that have a bit of money. FFK, typical example, took forth babies. Those are babies. Took them away from the mother. Stopped her from seeing them. Even though the court said allow this woman to see them, he still didn't have any regard for the court order. That's Nigeria for you. So that's one of the issues again. Another one is lack of family support. Some families don't support this. You go and tell your father or your mother, say, I want to leave. I can't stay again. Every day I'm having diseases. My husband is always cheating. He will say, but maybe the man, your father too has 2 or 3 wives. So how will you understand? And your mother will tell you, I stayed with your father when he married another wife. You think he didn't cheat on me with other women? But I stayed. They will tell you, stay. All men are the same. Your mother will tell you, do you know the one you are going to enter after this one? That one might be worst. Okay? So a lot of families will never support their daughters to leave a marriage. It's just something that, even with DV, you are seeing it every day on social media, and I know they see all the images. Even with DV, they will tell you to stay. DV is the worst one, where they know that your life is at risk and they still tell you to stay. That's to tell you how marriage is important to a lot of people in Nigeria. Parents, they will not support you no matter what. Before you see parents that will support you, very rare. It's very rare. It's very, very rare. In most times, they will tell you, no, manage, pray for him. Don't worry, it will change. Be patient. Ile oko, ile eko ni, sùúrù ni. Be patient. You are not patient. You are learning this, that, So lack of family support and not having that network of support around you is a very big deal. Okay? And finally, I think I've run through the 10. The last one I have written down is the love for the spouse. Believe it or not, women do love. Some women love these husbands. They do love them. I've seen a woman like that. She loves the man. No matter what he's doing, that love is still there. And she's like, but I love him. I don't want to leave him. And then you begin to wonder, this love, is it one-sided? Is it one-sided? You begin to wonder. Is this love one-sided? That is meant to be, he will love you. As a matter of fact, the Bible didn't say that women should love their husbands. If you're a Christian, you know that. But now women, now they carry love for head pass. But I love him. I love him. So love also, I think love also make a lot of women stay with cheating men. They'll think that, the love I have for him is bigger than, he can take everything. After all, the vows say that for better, for worse, in sickness and in health, for richer and for poorer. So I love him. I love him. Mirabe says some stay because of insecurities and low self-esteem. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That one comes to who will want me again. When you say who will want me again, who will love me again? Will I ever find love again? Fear. Han said, Auntie B, this Yoruba adage should be scrapped. The husband's house is a school. Horrible adage. Destructive adage. Ile oko, ile eko. Hans, you are not fan of that adage, eh? They say ile oko is the highest. He said the husband's house is the biggest university where you get PhD. Hans, you are not fan of it, eh? Okay, oh. I'm sharing my link if you have something to say. I'm just going to take calls for a few minutes because I want to be out of here by 1 hour 30 minutes. I have an appointment, so no longer than 1 hour 30 minutes. So I've been able to cover all of it. A lot of people hate that ile oko, ile eko. So if you've got something to say about this, then I will take your call and let's have a quick contribution from Obodo Farm, and then we'll call it an evening. Thank you all so much for listening. It's not easy to talk for 1 hour. Honestly, when I finish talking like this, I know be lecturer before, but it is well. We are learning. Now go shut up. Make Sister Rita talk.
It's a very good evening.
Good evening, sis.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing up this topic because it's really an issue. When I said your platform is like a therapy, people don't understand. The whole world is listening to you. You think they don't put it to work. They put it to work because when things come, a lot of things come up like this. You listen, then you go and think about it and what to do about it. You don't just listen and go and it will be waste. Because even when you are sleeping, the thing will be ringing on your head. That's the truth. You see why women don't leave home, number one, especially when you are in the church. Because you mentioned two things, you left one. If accidentally maybe you get pregnant when you are single, when you are not married, you are like an outcast. Nobody wants to have anything to do with you, especially the church. Yeah. Even in the society too. You understand? Nobody wants to do anything. A lot of people have deleted themselves in this process because they were neglected and abandoned. You understand? Then if you are married and a lot of things are going on, you don't want to leave. Number one, the church. I'm shocked because of Osinachi. A lot of pastors are coming out to talk. I pray they're talking from the mind because they will use scripture to back you up and tell you why you shouldn't leave.
Yeah.
And why you have to stay there. You understand? Just like what you said. Number two, why women don't leave is financial. When you don't have the money, a lot of women don't do anything reasonable. If your husband will start up a business for you with 200K and now you want to leave, where are you leaving to? Where will you start from? Because those things are not that you are not seeing the physical cash. They are in those, maybe you're selling provisions. And now you want to, and he won't let you live with that shop. He will be bragging that I opened a business for you. So you have to live with just you. And thirdly, when you want to live, if you have kids, even if you go to court, they are going to ask who is the person that is buoyant, who has the money. If the kids are still very tender and you don't have the money to cater for those kids, they're not going to give you those kids. The law also in that country, the contraction called a country, is favoring the men.
Yeah.
They will not leave you. They will not let you go with those kids because they will say that you cannot be able to take care of them. You don't have the money. So how are you going to feed? How are you going to feed them? So you will not think of all those things and you want to stay back. In short, I was even saying that I will tell people that I know they shouldn't even try to do anything court marriage in that contraction. Because it's easy to get married, but it's very difficult to back out.
Yeah.
Even if you want to go out to even do the divorce, see, I have spent over 500K. I never get divorced till now.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If I didn't have the money, will I leave? No, I would. You cannot leave. So there are so many reasons why women cannot move, and they'll just stay there. You see a woman of 30 years, she's looking like 50 because she's depressed. She's having mental problems. In short, she cannot even open her mouth and say it out because
Mm-hmm.
even the society will be mocking you. You will be
Mm-hmm.
a topic of discussion. You go to the market, women will be talking and pointing hands at you. You will be
Mm-hmm.
ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on there that they have made this in marriage is like a bone on your neck that is across the neck that you cannot pull it out and you cannot swallow it. You will just
Mm-hmm.
be there, dying in silence. Please, I advise women, even if you don't have nothing, leave. Even if it's for you to go and be sweeping somebody's house and get what to eat with, you start from somewhere. God will use there and bless you. As far as you were faithful to that marriage, God will never leave you stranded. That is what I know. I tested it and I saw it. It works. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Rita. Always a pleasure to hear from you. Mm-hmm. Okay, Beverly has another opinion. She's saying, I say stay if it's not violent, as in hitting you. If the only disrespect is him having extramarital, you may be better staying. As you are older, you change the thinking. I don't think I understand what you are trying to say, Beverly. So you are the school of thought of one of those women that say that if the only thing that is cheating, if it's only cheating, you should stay. I think you are going to provoke a lot of women tonight with that statement, because I don't think you know what it means to be cheated on. I don't think you know that, or maybe you know. Our threshold is different. Mm. That kind of more thinking, I've never seen you before. I don't know if you are new here. I may have seen you. I think I've seen that name, Beverly. But I think we don't tolerate that here at all, at all, at all. No, we don't. Even the men here. I'm waiting for my brother Bio to come back. Don't bring it here. If you can take it, okay, go ahead and take it. Right? If you are married and you feel like you should tolerate it, good for you. Please don't teach that to your children, because that's how you perpetuate this behavior. It is wrong. And it boils down to low self-esteem. You think this is what you are good for. You think you are good enough for only this kind of relationship. So please, that is a very, very dangerous teaching. And we in this platform, we know they're not walking, bow. Don't let them tear you to pieces. So, but the farm, no, they want to hear that kind of talk. Oh. Oh, Tina, you're welcome, my darling. Beverly wants to
Uh,
provoke people.
Good evening, Auntie B.
Leave me, my
Good evening,
darling.
Obodo Farm. Happy Mother's Day to everyone, every
Happy Mother's
beautiful
Day,
mother.
sweetie. Mm.
Uh, just exactly the point you just mentioned is what I wanted to bring in. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of women, their self-esteem is too low, extremely
Mm-hmm.
low, and is most times as a result of, I don't know, maybe their background. And another reason, because I've seen very close people that this thing happened to.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of men use this as a weapon to weaken the women. So
Mm-hmm.
they can manipulate them, they can use them, and they won't go. They will make you feel like you are so low, so unwanted, that is, in fact, they're actually managing to keep you. So if you leave, no other person would want you. They will make you completely worthless. And
Mm-hmm.
another point I want to raise, most women, like the person that you were reading her comment,
Mm-hmm.
most women do not know what abuse is. They think it
Mm-hmm.
is only when a man
Is
touches
eating
you.
you. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is abuse. You have not known what is called mental abuse. When a
Yeah.
man mentally abuses you, that's the first stage of this low self-esteem. That's how it starts. They begin to manipulate you with words. They begin to make you feel you would look at yourself so worthless. You will see that there's no value. And that thing affects even your children. You begin to feel like your children too are worthless. There are different forms of abuse. So when women begin to say, as long as there's no physical one, you should stay, that means they don't know what abuse is. There are different forms of, there's mental, there's emotional.
She said, I
there's
will
financial
stay.
abuse. Yeah.
She's talking about herself. She said, I will stay if it's not violent or hitting me.
Yes, because she doesn't know what abuse is. That's the reason why when they are completely damaged, before they realize, because the Africans, most of us, we don't know what is called, because we don't believe that psychologically at times we need help. So that's why,
and it's not
psychologists.
only the disrespect. If you look at the comment, I pinned it again. She said, "Oh, if the only disrespect is him having extramarital affairs, but it's not about the disrespect of him having a marital extramarital. The last show we did, Beverly." And I'm trying to be as understanding as possible with you because I don't know your situation and I can't put my values on you. Maybe that's the way you were raised. And that's why, you're talking like that. It's okay if this is what you feel you can take. But the last show we did, Tina, the woman said she's got Hep B.
Oh.
A disease that is life-altering, life-changing. It could end her life.
Yes. That's the reason I said they don't know what abuse is. Because that is an abuse that would eventually lead to this. But you think it's only physical that will make you end up in that being deleted. No, this kind of abuse, this cheating is an abuse that can actually lead you to being deleted, but not physically, not by DV.
She said something again. She said, as you are older, you change the thinking.
By that time, that old age, because you have stayed continuously in that mental torture, that mental abuse.
What are you going to change now? Are you changing yourself?
That's what I'm saying. Now she's changing because now she has accepted it. She has gotten used to it because now you have now believed that
age where I will accept that. Never.
No, that's she. That's where I will not accept. That's the point. That's the point Auntie Bia was raising. That a lot of them, that's the weapon they use. They make them believe that you will leave. Nobody who would accept you after how many children, or who would carry a second hand. So these are the mental abuse that makes you begin to see yourself as worthless, that if you leave, you can never be accepted. No one would ever want you again. So they cage you there with this information, and that is a mental.
Said, the older I get, the less tolerant I become.
That's me.
Adiola.
Yes.
I have a sister that is 60-year-old. She doesn't take nonsense. Do you know why? Because she's very, very comfortable. She's got her money. She's got her life sorted. Everything about her life is in place. So don't bring nonsense. In fact, it's me that calms her down. I'm telling you, sis, calm down. Calm down. Me, I'm more patient.
Calming down. Honestly, it's not her fault. That's the point I was just raising.
At all, because she said, I've worked hard to get to where I am. So don't bring any nonsense. So Adiola, I understand exactly how you feel. Like the older you are, the less tolerance.
That's why I said most women do not know what it is. They feel if it's just cheating. And secondly, our culture has made the women believe that it is normal for a man, because that notion, that fake notion that men are polygamous in nature, has eaten deep down into them, that they accept it and they feel it is normal. No, that's why I said women do not know what abuse is. And this family issue, especially if you're from the elite family, they do not want you to drag their name in the mud. The whole divorce process is to them an embarrassment to the family name. They will cage you there. You dare not leave. So even with the money, you can't leave, because it will be as if it's an embarrassment to the family. So that's another point. That's why I said, because I am divorced, is most of these issues that you raised are things that kept me until I had to tell myself, okay, it's enough. Not on my own, because I knew my situation had gotten to the point where my health was damaged, completely damaged at the point. I'm still dealing with all the consequences of me staying that long, because it got to a point where I had to be taken. The doctor had already told me, if you don't leave, imagine a European doctor telling you, Tina, let me advise you. I've tried everything. I've tried to be a counselor. I'm a doctor. I'm not supposed to be a counselor to you and your partner, but I decided to go the extra mile because you are my patient. I realized that me giving you drugs every day, it's not because you are sick. It's because you are stressed. I called this man, I sat him down and I spoke to both of you. I told him, he gave flimsy excuses because women, we are slaves to our men, even in Europe. Because to them, when they have done their 8 hours job, they come back, they expect you to be the slave. You did the slavery before he left. You are still going to go to the same 8 hours job, or probably maybe go to school and do the children chores, do the house chores as well. But when they come back from that, their miserable 8 hours job, they assume that they have done everything that needs to be done. So they are not supposed to touch anything else again. So the whole burden was too much and my health was bad, that I had to be taking infusions and all that just to stay alive. That doctor said, Tina, let me just be honest with you. I'm not supposed to be saying this. But if you don't leave, you will be deleted. I'm sorry. I just have to be honest. Then I had to sit down to tell myself the truth. Do I want to leave or I want to be deleted? I decided to take the bull by the horn. I had to get help. The doctor arranged to get me a psychologist immediately. By the time we started talking, not the person tell me, say, Tina, take your life for your hand. You have the yam, you have everything, you have the cutting tool. So do what is right for yourself. And by the grace of God, immediately he walked out. Because I didn't, like I said, I wouldn't have walked out on my own. But I did everything possible to make sure I completely cut myself out of the whole picture, preparing for this financial independence. I prepared myself for it. Emotional, I prepared myself for it because now I am informed. I was prepared. So the day he was walking out, to think I was 7 months pregnant. I had 2 months, less than 2 months to give birth when he walked away. He walked away, leaving me with pregnancy and 2 little girls to take care of. Do you know I was not shaking? I was looking at him. I don't care because I was ready. Because I had gone to get help. But because most African women, the culture does not encourage women getting help. It's not even a common thing in Africa. So they don't get it. The ones that come here, they still bring their African mentality to Europe. That's the reason women in diaspora still suffer this thing, because they don't know how to go get help. But I would advise everybody listening, please, if you can't handle it yourself, please get professional help. You would understand that you are worth better than what they make you believe. These men will make you feel worthless, that you would be afraid that who would accept you. Will the society accept you? Will your family accept you? Will another man even want to value you again? Will anybody come close to you after how many children? Yes. Now I'm the one selecting, I'm the one choosing. I'm the one saying I'm not interested because they are all flocking around. Because now I look better. I've taken care of myself and my girls are looking so pretty. You won't believe it's a single mother raising these children.
Well
So
done,
please,
Tina.
my sisters, take care of yourself.
Well done. Well
Thank
done.
you very
Well
much, Auntie
done.
B.
Thank you for sharing, my darling. I
You're welcome.
appreciate you. Wow. Tina is always sharing bits and pieces of her story with us here. She's not told us the full story yet. We are still waiting for the day she'll come and share her whole experience with us. But let me tell you something. Yeah, let me tell you something about what cheating is. Cheating is emotional abuse. And any of you over the farm that listen to the day I shared my own pain about my sister, people say, TB, you are too strict, you do this. Life will teach you lessons that nobody can teach you. I watched my sister in my very own eyes suffering from the thought, the emotional breakdown of a cheating husband. This man was a philanderer. Anything goes. How? The man did not raise hand. You guys need to go and watch it too. So if you've not seen that story, go. You need to look for it on my it's on this channel. It's on my channel. My own sister, my blood sister. It was emotional abuse. The man didn't touch her one day because I live with him, so I know he's not a violent guy. He's not. He doesn't have he doesn't have bad temper. He doesn't have anger issues. He's very quiet, but you know what she suffered? Emotional abuse from his cheating. And my sister was deleted. And I made a vow that in my life, cheating, hey, I don't think you guys understand how deep this matter is. Eh? Kama said, my cousin was depressed because her mother stayed in the one-sided marriage. She attempted to delete herself 3 times, and she had bad health now. Anemia, social anxiety, severe rapid mood swing. Thank you for sharing. Wishing her recovery. There's nothing God cannot do. I wish my sister was alive. With the knowledge I have now, I would have been able to help her more, and I would have removed her from that. But I was too young. I was too young. I didn't understand what to do. My mom told her to leave. Her parents told her my dad had passed, and my mom told her to leave, but she wouldn't. Again, because of stigma. Because of stigma. It was her second marriage. She was like, what will people say if I leave this one again? It's me they will blame. 3 children later. Samolu said, my dad married 3 wives, but advised us all before he died never to try it. I remember when one of my uncles told him that he has married a second wife. My father asked him, why did you do this to yourself? Yeah. It's only, no go, no, my brother. Yeah. So if you say, as long as it doesn't put your hands on you, cheating is torture. No, it is. It is. No, 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 no. So yeah, if you can take it and you are well in your heart, in your mind, good for you, but it's not for people like us. Never. Okay, the blooming groom, you're welcome.
Hello, Auntie B.
Hi.
Good evening, good afternoon. I don't know what time it is on your end.
Yeah, it's past 8 o'clock. You're welcome.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fine. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. I just want to say very quickly that we all have different holding capacity. Every one of us has, each individual have what they can tolerate. And based on what you just have to know yourself. If you look at Clara, for those, I mean, one of the viewers said something about if it doesn't hit you, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But then we must understand that cheating has dangerous consequences. Not only can it be physically deteriorating, cause some physical deterioration, it can also cause spiritual exposure. Because when the man goes out there and is sleeping around, he can bring home infections, and he can also bring home some sort of spiritual manipulation because you don't know what's in the other woman's spirit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Look at you, for instance. For a man to have a whole baby, that means there was unprotected kerewa.
Oh, yeah.
So can you imagine if Judy had something? So he was carrying Judy on the side and perhaps coming home on everyone now and again, maybe
It's
touching
not,
his
can
wife.
you imagine? The blooming groom. He was.
So imagine if Judy, suppose Mary had contacted something from that whole, what will you tell her? And if she had contacted something dangerous that were life threatening. So these things are not just, if they hit you and all that, they can be much more consequential than just being, hit and all of that. That's just by the side. And it also speaks to the fact that, sometimes also when you talk, women have different backgrounds, and their backgrounds have conditioned some of us in terms of what we are supposed to tolerate and what we are not supposed to tolerate, until we come to a different time in our lives when we realize, oh, come on now, this is not normal. Because sometimes we've normalized toxicity, and we come to a place when we realize that, oh, this is actually not normal. And then we come to an awakening, so that's just what I want to say by the side. And just to also add that words are powerful. So as much as we talked about heating and emotional and all of that, words are also very effective. Let's also remind ourselves that the concept of radicalization starts with words. It is words that cause people to become radicalized. So that means that words are just as powerful as being hit. So none of these things are slight things to overlook. All of them are very consequential. When you expose yourself a long time to being hit, to being talked down at, to being cheated on, it takes a toll on that individual. whether we
Yeah.
know it or we don't know it. Something is beginning to change on the inside of us.
Mhm.
Then again, as an Igbo lady, I want to say something about inheritance. And sometimes we say, why do women not leave?
Yeah.
Now, the culture back home is such that I think it's in this case that our Yoruba brothers and sisters maybe have a little bit of upper hand above the Igbos. There
Yeah.
is a problem with inheritance, women inheriting property in Igbo land.
Yeah.
So
Someone said that it's changed now. That's
yes,
what someone told us.
there was a court ruling. A
Yeah.
lady had taken her brothers to court. It went up to the Supreme Court of the land,
My
and
kind
they
of
ruled.
woman. That's
Yeah,
my kind of woman.
and the court ruled that there is nowhere in the
In the
constitution where a
constitution.
woman cannot inherit from her father. And so
Yes.
that was struck out. But we know that the law exists in theory, but in
Yeah.
practical, it can be a different experience altogether.
Absolutely.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's the disconnect between the theory and the practical.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when a woman is being raised in her father's house and does not have access to inheritance, because normally you expect that, oh, she's a woman, she's going to marry, she should go and inherit in her husband's place. So you have disrupted her ability to inherit something significant from her father.
Mm-hmm.
But when she now goes to that husband's place, because she's been given away, so now she's supposed to build with this husband.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you are building with a man, you put all your resources into that relationship, and then tomorrow you hear he cheated, had another family. You've poured all your investment into this man, not just your body, not just your time, but resources.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you know well and good that in divorce, nobody's going to tell the man to move out. It's the man's house.
Yeah.
So you are the one that will tell you pack your load to your father's house. Which father's house where you don't even have an inheritance?
Yeah. And
So
another
also,
one, thank God you brought the cultural aspect. Thank you for bringing that up. I didn't think about that because it's not the same in my culture, you see. Thank you for bringing that. Adam man, who is also an Igbo lady, is a friend of mine, is saying that also, apart from not being able to inherit in Igbo land, when the bride price has been paid, the woman cannot just, this is what she said. She said, if a woman is married in the East and wants to leave, she can't live with the children. And this is because her bride price was paid. She can't just walk out with the product of the union. So if you're walking out, they expect you to leave the children. And most women will not live without their children. They cannot.
yeah, they will not
So
want to
that's the
leave with the
problem
kids.
as well.
They will not want to leave without the kids. But I can also tell you that it also depends on how financially stable that woman is. Finances again will play a role. Now, the reason I'm saying this to you because I am a product of such union.
Right.
My mother orchestrated a whole relocation behind my father's back. I
Right.
will never forget. That's why I am the person. I said exposure and the environment gives
Yeah.
you the kind of strength that you have. Because
What did he
what
do?
a
Your dad, did he
woman,
marry a second wife?
oh no, well, my dad was all over the place. I mean, it's just a long story. But what I can say to you is this. I remember we were getting dressed for school. My mom leaves for the office very early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And just before we went to school, because the school was quite close to the house, my mother just turned up and I'm like, Mom, what are you doing home? She says, get your things. We are leaving. My mother had paid for a flat, arranged for a truck guy. She emptied the entire house and we moved to an entire different part of town. My father was looking for us for years and he couldn't find us.
You joking?
I am telling you. She had tolerated him having an extramarital affair, and on top of that, she got heat as well, and she took it until one day she said, "You know what? That's it. I'm done." She had a job. She moved us. My father looked for
Wow.
us for the entire Lagos state before he could find us. And then people started coming to beg, please take him back and all of that. But she orchestrated an entire relocation
What
without
a
even
strong
anybody knowing
woman.
about it.
You
So
must
what
really
I'm
be
saying,
proud of her.
like, oh, absolutely. Every time I look at her now, I said my capacity to not take nonsense and know what I want and what I do
A
not want comes from
queen. She's a
seeing
queen. I stand in her
seeing what she did.
generation.
Exactly.
In
My
her
mother in her own time.
generation, she's able to do
Yeah.
that until
Do
today.
that in her
Some
own
women
time.
can do that today.
Exactly. So it depends on where you are. It depends on what you're willing. Like I said, your holding capacity, your tolerance, and all of that. But if you say, you know what, I am willing to start afresh. It might be tough to raise two children on your own because it was just I and my brother. But if you say that's it, I'm done, and you are really ready to do it, you will do it. So what I'm saying is exposure matters a lot. And what mothers, today's Mother's Day, mothers, what you tolerate will affect your children.
Amen. Amen.
What you tolerate, you've sown that seed in your children's heart. You've told your sons, this is how to treat women. You've told your daughters, this is how a woman should be treated in a union. I
The,
know
the,
that's not true
the,
because my mother left.
the blooming groom, someone said, I want to meet your mother.
You
She's an
can,
amazing
I can
woman.
hook you up. I can hook you up.
Oh, she
So
sounds
it's
like a really, it's Dr. Temiti that said, I want to meet your mother. She sounds
I
like
I
an
try to.
amazing, this is the kind of woman that oh my God, they inspire in their own
Yeah.
time. They really
So women can
inspired.
plan your exits. You can walk in silence.
Agunwai.
Plan your
Someone says
exits. Walk in.
Agunwai.
Now
What
you
does
are
that
going wine.
mean?
That
Agunwai.
iron lady,
What
like
is
a lion or
Wanyike?
something.
Somebody used to call
Yeah,
me Wanyike in Nigeria.
yeah, you
What
can.
does
Strong
Wanyike mean?
woman, strong woman,
Huh.
strong woman. Yeah,
I had
Agu is a
somebody that was
lion.
calling me
Agu like
Wanyike.
a lioness or something like that. So
I see.
that's it. So let's all let's
Thank
all
you
let's
so
all
much.
let's all be careful what we want to tolerate and all of that. So thank you so much for taking my call, and
Thank you. And
I
please
hope
give your
I've
mom a
triggered.
hug for us. She's
Well,
a
I will do.
superhero.
I
And
will
I'm
do.
so
I will
glad
do.
that you are blessed with a mother who stood up. She knew
Yep.
what she wanted. And
Yeah.
she didn't just fall in line like women in her
Oh no
generation.
no
And
no
she
no.
made a bold statement by moving you. I'm just thinking about what your dad went through to find you.
Empty house. She took everything. Empty that, swept the floor. All my father knew was he left his family in the morning. He came back home
It
and
must
opened the
not have
flat,
been
and
easy
the
for
house
him
was
when he came
empty.
back and the house is empty. And he
Oh
didn't see
yes,
his
no
wife and children and all his property is gone. She didn't just leave, she took everything in the house.
kids and all. And let me tell you this, Auntie B. Let me just tell you this: men only respect accountability. All that
Hmm.
talking, all that crying, what
Hmm.
men respect is accountability. When they know that the
Hmm.
consequences is not worth it, then they'll pull themselves back in.
Consequences.
They
Oh,
have to
yes.
understand there are consequences for this action because there are limited consequences for a man's behavior. That's why we have all of this indiscipline in Nigerian men. That's what I'm going to say for now. I'm going to just rest it there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. In fact, talking to you has been so amazing. The blooming groom. I love your mother. She sounds like my mother. My mother was like that too. Oh my God. Wanyike is an iron lady. Oh, okay. I have one ex in Nigeria that used to call me Wanyike. He's his friend who is an able guy that looked at me. He took one look at me and said, this, you are an Wanyike. Till we broke up, that's what he was calling me. Wanyike, Wanyike. Thank God for your mother. We need women like that. Amazing woman. Wow. Wow. That is an amazing story. This is what happens when you know your value. You see, some of these our mothers, even in that generation, they knew themselves. And she said, you know what? I ain't taking this nonsense from you. She put him to work. He was looking for them everywhere. He will be humble. Oh my God. Wow. What an amazing story. Barry,
Auntie, good afternoon.
you're welcome. What do you have to say?
First of all, happy Mother's Day to you and to all the mothers in the house and ladies. I hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you. Same
Um,
to you.
um, by the way, this is Barry the guy because sometimes he always mix me up to be.
I don't know why I do that. I'm so sorry.
Mix me up to be. I don't think there's a she. Well, I don't know if my voice sounds feminine, but
No, it's
whichever
in
way.
between. To be
I
honest, there
will.
are women who have, you know, they have this kind of voice. So I don't usually know. And because your name also Barry is a unisex name, so that's why I don't know. I'm sorry. So this is Barry the guy. Yeah,
No
Barry the
problem.
guy.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Yes, this is Barry the guy. Yes.
Yeah, Barry the
So
guy. Maybe you should change your name to your name on YouTube to Barry the guy. You're welcome.
there's something that very common that everybody is saying. I keep hearing the word church. I keep hearing God and everything. And the key thing here is marriage. The key thing here is relationship. Um, let's go back to the beginning. Who instituted marriage? Who created that institution? It is God. I feel personally that the reason why a lot of marriages are in shambles, or the divorce rate is really high and separation is really high right now, is because there has been a shift of one party or both parties in their relationship with God. In the sense that when you went to church, you were going forward there to make a vow. You recognize that it is God. So when you're experiencing these challenges, do you go back to the manual? Do you go back to, okay, how do we fix this? That's one of the issues. Now, and today I'm coming from a spiritual standpoint right now, and it kind of ties to every other thing that all the points that everybody have laid out here. The selfishness you see in marriage, the
Mm,
discontentment you see in marriage,
mm,
the impatience you see in marriage, the cheating you see in marriage. The list goes on and on. And
mm.
both men and women are guilty of it. And the thing is, why do these things happen? It is
Yeah,
because somebody has moved. And who moved? We are the ones who moved. We are the ones who removed God from the equation of marriage.
yeah,
Now, that does not mean that those who are in or who have close relationship with God, or those who their relationship with God who are still hinged on God, they don't go through things. But the thing is, when they go through things, the Spirit of God is still guiding them. They're still operating under God's umbrella.
right.
So that is the thing. Is all of what we see in marriage. Marriage is not physical. It was not created by man. It was created by God to bring
So
two people.
are you saying that it's the fear of God that is making people to behave this way?
No,
Is the lack
I'm
of fear
saying
of is
no.
lack of fear of or
Yeah, the lack of
understanding?
fear of God. The lack of fear of God. Nobody like God has like things that you would hear in the past, because I lost my dad last year, and he would tell me so many things about marriage. By God, with my parents' marriage wasn't like the most ideal, but I picked out a couple of things on how they resolve issues. My dad was not perfect. My mom was not perfect. But what kept us together, what kept two of them together, is because one or two of them, they always go back to the manual. Okay, you know what? I know I did this. You come out and apologize. A lot of things that you that are unheard of right now is now being normalized. Cheating now seems so, like, if you're not cheating, it's like you are missing out on something.
Oh yeah.
If you're not picking, if you're not stealing from your mom's pocket, or
Barry,
increasing.
is he on the speaker? It's kind of echoing your audio.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's
Is it
better
better
now.
now?
It's been echoing.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 So it's like if you're not doing a lot of things that are going on, even marijuana that used to be illegal has become normalized. So it's just, I just feel personally that it is when we when individuals move away from God, that a lot of these things, normally as human
Mm-hmm.
beings naturally are packed with a lot of issues. Every
Yeah.
one of us, every single one of us are packed with issues. And the only thing that keeps us living above these issues, the only thing that keeps us living above these minions or demons, if I should put it that way, is
Yeah.
because God is in the picture.
Right.
So that's
Okay.
basically it. So
All
at
right.
the end of the day, what we ask ourselves is what we should ask ourselves is, do you feel that do you feel far from God? That's the question. So the answer to that is, guess who moved? Somebody moved. God didn't move.
Yeah,
Either maybe not the husband move or not the wife move.
absolutely.
And that's my take. I'm sorry if I
Thank you.
took a lot of your time.
No, 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 no. That's all right. You are very welcome, Barry the man. Appreciate your contribution. You made a very, very valid point about how, you know, and it's a shame that, I mean, what you are saying is absolutely spot on. And it's also a shame that even in the church, you see pastors, deacons, people who have position in the church that have just fallen very far away from the fear of God. From, they don't even, they just go to church and play religion without the fear of God. So I see what you are saying. God has not changed. We are, as individuals, as mortals, are the ones that have changed. So if you fear God, you love God, you want to obey God, then you wouldn't cheat. That's your point. And I understand it completely and I agree. Thank you so much. Barry the man. Gigi, you're my next caller.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, my darling sis, you're welcome.
Hello, Auntie B. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody, and happy Mother's Day to those in America. Is it America or Canada?
Yeah,
Yeah,
America. Yeah.
America. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all you wonderful mothers.
Thank
Um,
you.
I agree with everything the last three callers have made. I think I wasn't going to call him until the lady, is it
Mm.
Beverly Francis? I'm
Yeah.
I'm very worried for that woman. I don't know what she's going through. I would like to appeal for her to call through so that she can actually explain to us
I've
what
not
she means.
seen her since that
Or,
comment, Gigi, she
or
just disappeared.
yeah, or possibly even call you privately or send a WhatsApp message. I'm very worried for her for what she's going through. It could be her mental state.
Yeah.
Um, However, also to correct what Barry just said about having God, somebody move. Absolutely, if you move away from God,
Mm-hmm.
things are, especially if you claim to, love God. I just need to put a disclaimer that there are some people who are not God worshippers
Mm-hmm.
who also have very good marriages,
Yeah.
and
That's
these
about their
people,
morality.
yeah,
They
and
have a
these
stronger moral
people, yeah,
compass.
yeah,
Yeah.
these people, don't cheat, and that's because they are responsible people.
Yeah.
They are responsible people, and they care for the other party, the other person they call my partner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm a Christian, so I will speak, as a Christian. However, we just need to remember that there are some people who don't believe in God, and there's some people who are non-Christians who actually believe that I'm a human being, I am responsible for myself and to the
Mm-hmm.
next person, and they take
Yeah.
responsibility for their actions, and they understand, there's something called causal effect. There's consequences for my action.
Absolutely.
So we need to be very, very careful. One thing that I see that is happening all over the world, not just in Nigeria, not just in the UK, people I meet, at work or even patients and so on, is that people have become self-centered. It's all
Mm-hmm.
me, me,
Me,
me,
me.
me, me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think about what your action is causing the next person beside you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what you say, how you
Mm-hmm.
say it, how
Mm-hmm.
you look at someone, what you do affect the person beside you. Okay, you might feel completely oblivious, and self-centered, and you stay in your world, but we need to remember sometimes the things we do affect the next person. We
Mm-hmm.
need to become very responsible people. We need to be
Mm-hmm.
responsible because we are not alone. We are not an island. Yes, love yourself, but please be considerate. Sometimes you don't know what somebody's going through, and you say something. And I have been to church where a lady came to church, and the next day we heard she's committed suicide. And she
Oh,
came to church. She was in the
Gigi, we don't use
choir.
that word here.
Oh,
You've
sorry,
forgotten.
sorry, sorry, sorry. She deleted herself. She deleted herself. nobody knew what somebody said to her, or what she heard, or what somebody did to her to make her do what she did. I was only 7 when I attempted that first, trying to delete myself. I was only 7-year-old. 7-year-old. What does a 7-year-old think to want to go in that direction? Because you see, the people who are supposed to be responsible for you doing things, completely forgetting that there are kids out there, kids in their
Watching.
homes, that
Yeah.
watching what they are saying
Observing.
and what
Yeah.
they're doing. I'll be the first, and I've said this to friends of mine, I'll be the first to congratulate my parents for separating, because their separation brought us freedom. Because what we witnessed in our home, people won't know this, what we witnessed in our home caused us a lot of damage. But for God, I'm not perfect, but I am where I am today. It's made me who I am today. But there are things I still struggle with. And I'm very concerned about people's mindset. I'm very concerned about children. I'm very concerned about people not being responsible. You're in a relationship with someone and you can't communicate with that person. Please leave. Please leave and let this person heal and move on with their life easily and quietly without further damage. Why do you want to damage the mind of another?
Yeah.
Why do you want to destroy the life of another? It's irresponsibility. You, Edochie, that man is irresponsible.
Very. Very.
He's so irresponsible. He's a charlatan and he's a fool. I'm sorry, I don't use those words easily, but all of his actions just display his foolery. He's a joke, and if Nigeria chooses that man as a president, he's
Never
going to be
gonna
the
happen.
worst. He will be the worst ever than
DJ,
Abacha.
he can't even get the tickets. Who knows him? Are you kidding? When people like Tinubu that is not even well, is fighting tooth and nail to become president. Who is you? He's not even one counselor. I beg, forget that, Gigi.
And this other caller who said something about her mother and how her mother took her and her
the
brother
blooming
out of
groom.
you don't know that aspect of my story, Auntie B, but my mother did the same thing. My mother is from a ruling family.
Yeah, I know she is.
And
I know your mom is from a royal family.
she took us out. She managed to take 2 people out. She planned, she orchestrated the whole thing and took us out of the place. Do you know, I never saw my father for many years. My father actually disowned me, perhaps even blamed me. I was a kid, blamed me for being taken out of his house. For many years, I didn't see this man, but the day I saw him, if he had seen me outside, he wouldn't have known that I was his daughter. So this is what irresponsibility
causes,
does to people, does to homes and lives of children who grew up to become adults. Let's be responsible. That's all I'm going to say. Let's just be responsible people. But please do not tolerate irresponsibility. If a man shows any sign of abuse, whether physical, whether emotional, it doesn't have to be physical for you to be an abuse. Emotional, psychological withdrawal of things, insults repeatedly and repeatedly. It's an abuse and it's a toxic environment, and you need to leave. Nobody says it's the end of the marriage. You can always separate and see if both of you can work things out. If it can't be worked out, then that's where divorce should be the last resort, really. It shouldn't be the first.
Big deal, say, he can't even be president of Nollywood. Big deal. You are very wicked. He said Edochie can't even president of Nollywood. He can't even be He got even president of Nollywood.
Or even president of his own home. President
Even
of
the
his own
president of his
home.
village, they will not
Or
vote
his own
him.
home. His own home. His wife
He
and
wants
4
to be
kids.
president of Nigeria. Do you know Nigerians are very tough, stubborn people? You can't rule your home. You want to come and rule Nigeria? You kidding me? Oh, thank you for making
Anyways,
us
thank you
laugh, Big
so
Joe.
much. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sis,
much.
for sharing that
Thank you.
information with
Thank you
us.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, sis. Have a
Love you.
lovely.
Love you so much.
I
Love you
love you
so.
so much, sis.
You're
Bye.
blessed there. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. Our sister there is telling us about, this is the impact. As a child, she witnessed it. So if you are still thinking that we are just here to encourage women to leave marriages, nobody wants you to leave your marriage, oh. Please stay. Okay? Stay. But we are thinking about the consequences. We are looking at the consequences of remaining in very unhealthy relationships. Adama, you're welcome. I think this is the first time you're calling this show.
Yeah, I guess it is. Chris, thank you so much for bringing a lot of attention to this
You're
saga that has been
welcome.
going on, and I guess it's probably led into why men cheat and why women put up with it. And
Yeah.
the thing is that it in Nigeria it's so difficult for a married woman to leave her marriage
Yeah.
because she doesn't really have her options. But I mean, I know that obviously when they're based in the diaspora, it's different because they have something to fall back on. They have support that they can actually access. But in Nigeria, that's not actually the case. I think I saw a comment where someone said, "Oh, that we don't make our men accountable." It's kind of like difficult because of the way the society is. I know Nigeria is very misogynistic as well. I mean, I had like an auntie family friends. I mean, we all grew up here. We were born and bred in the UK. And she had like 5 children. And I mean, I guess the second daughter was like my age. And, we all went back home to Nigeria like in the 70s for the first time. And I remember then her husband at the time, he went to marry a second wife. And he did that. And I wasn't in support of it. But it's just that he needed to inherit land. Or rather, if he didn't marry that second wife to get like a son, his land would have been lost because his daughters couldn't inherit it.
So he married a second wife to do what? To inherit.
He married a second wife so that he could get a son.
I don't understand.
Because so from his first marriage, he had 5 girls, no son. And so what that meant was that with the land that he had, he was going to lose it to his brothers because he had no son to inherit it.
Yeah, but I mean, is the man not responsible for the sex of the baby?
I guess he is, but I'm just saying to you, this is why he did it. And, obviously, I didn't support it. I mean, I was a little child back then, but it's just, I saw what that did to the marriage. Because what happened was that our family friend, she kind of like worked here. She was a nurse and all that stuff. So at the time, she managed to get money from her friends to help raise money for a ticket. So she left to the UK with her 2 younger children, but had to leave the one that was my age because then she was taking her GCSE, so she couldn't leave. And then eventually that one now left Nigeria to come back here. But what happened now was that this man had to come back to the UK and earn money anyway, because, Nigeria is a bit difficult and his businesses kind of like fell down in Nigeria. But the thing is, I think the sad thing about this was that because of what had happened, I mean, he lost that relationship with his children. And it meant that, when they became successful, he couldn't even benefit from their success.
So the first wife left him.
Oh yeah, she did. Because remember, she'd lived and she'd worked here.
Right.
So for
she
her
came
to
back
go
here
back, so she couldn't swallow that. Do you understand? But she had like a network of friends who were able to raise money for her to come back to the UK. And then she worked the money back and gave it to them. But she was able to have her daughters come back with her.
What I don't understand is that why does he need to have a male son? Why does he need to have a son to inherit? He's a man.
Because you see, the thing is, when he dies off, he loses his land to his brothers.
So the wife not able to have more children?
Sorry?
The wife was not able to have more kids because as a man, he's responsible for the sex of the baby. So is it that the wife older, she couldn't have more kids? I'm just thinking why he needed.
Well, what had happened was that whilst they were here, he had made her to tie up her tubes. You know, her tubes, so that she couldn't produce again. But he didn't bargain on them going back to Nigeria and this thing around inheritance coming up.
Yeah, we lost you for a minute there. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. So what I said is that at the time, whilst they were here, you know, after they'd had 5 children here, because, you know, it's not easy to have a lot of kids here anyway. And, you know, this was like back in the 70s when we didn't have the support that we have now. So, I mean, I don't know how our parents managed. I mean, my parents had 4 of us here, so I don't know how they managed anyway. But anyway, I think after she had the first 5, they agreed between themselves to tie up her tubes so that she couldn't have more kids. That's what happened. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I see.
And then I guess, I mean, he didn't bargain for, obviously, when they went back to Nigeria for this thing of land to come up, because I guess, you know, when you've been here for a while, you forget about all these cultural things. And so I think it's when he went back that this thing came up, and then he felt pressured. And then he went to marry a second wife. And the thing is, I mean, even as he married that second wife, he just married her just to get a son, because I remember then he kept her in the boys' quarters and never had her stay in the main house.
Yeah.
And so
to be
even
honest,
when the wife...
in the 70s, Adama, a lot of men were pressured to have a second wife. So to be honest, that was it was a real thing at that time. Marrying a second wife, one of our sisters here was saying that the family of the father called him to a meeting and basically called him a weakling who was a woman rapper for not marrying a second wife. So it was, the pressure was a lot from family to marry, and the mother had both male and female children. Because remember, in the 70s, marrying a second wife was a thing of prestige. It means you are
Yeah. I mean, I come from a very large family, and none of my uncles, I mean, who were based in Nigeria, did that, nor did my dad. You know,
so what happened to this your uncle? When did he inherit the land?
Well, no, the land was his, but what it meant was that when he died off, his land would go to his brothers.
Right. Oh, the land was already his. Okay, because the daughters cannot inherit, he needed a son to inherit it so he can stay in his own family line.
Yes.
I see.
But like I said, but you see, the sad thing is that, you know, his daughters, you know, obviously became very successful here. And so he never got to enjoy his daughters. So, I mean, it was so sad because they were such a happy family. Just like your family, you understand, you Edochie. That's why I take annoyance with him, because in his own case, he's got sons.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, he's got a lovely wife. I mean, look at how shapely she is. She's very calm. She's peaceful. Then he's got his beautiful family, and you disrupt it for this rubbish, this nonsense.
Yeah. So
he's not responsible.
Had a wife. He needed honorable. So married women will be struggling to lose weight because they want to stay, you know, attractive for their husband. Apparently, you never know what a man wants. So you likes them big, and the wife is not big. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what else.
Well, all I can just say was that you know, he was you know, irresponsible. I mean, if he was so responsible, why did he have the affair in the, you know, first place? I'm just saying. So he was not responsible. That's just the bottom.
Why did he bring
line.
it to social media? He could have done it quietly without announcing.
This is it. Yeah.
It's, you know,
Go ahead. What he did as well was that, you know, he let down his fans. Do you know that a lot of young people looked up to him, especially because of the role that he played in the NSARS? And that is why a lot of people supported him, you know, when he said he wanted to run for presidency. So even though he doesn't have money, people would have supported him because they believed in him as a young person. So for you to do that is just ridiculous, you know? So I think his ratings have just totally gone down. I mean, this guy has like 2.1 million followers, for goodness sake, on Instagram, but he's just let everyone down, you know? And I think for the first time, we are seeing who he is as a person. I mean, this tells me that he's the black sheep of his family anyway, because, you know, he's gone where his father never went, where his older brothers never went. He's the last born. He's educated. You've got a lovely wife. You've got a, you know, beautiful family. You've got boys and girls. What is your excuse? No excuse, honestly. And I think, you know, for people like, you know, I mean, obviously like myself to carry on my head, I think because I love the family anyway, even Daddy Freeze and yourself. Because, you know, there was no reason for him to do that. But obviously it's happened now, but his ratings have just totally gone down. So he can never be a president. He just can't. I can't see that happening because he's shown us who he is.
Yeah.
But we're where we are, yeah. And again, I think with Nigeria, I think the moral standards have just gone down anyway. They've
Yeah.
just gone down. It's a
Yeah.
shame, but what can I say? Women back home don't have that option of falling
Yeah.
on something else. They just don't.
You know
Unless you're
one
here, then
thing
it's different.
Adama, I think, for you guys that are Igbo people, we need to have more of you ladies and gentlemen on social media, on YouTube.
Mm,
There
mm,
needs to be a lot of advocacy around these issues, because the most difficult things to change are culture and traditions. Traditions are
mm,
very, very fixed. Like, men like it because it favors them. So they will never,
yeah.
it's only a few men that will see. And I'm advising any man that is, if you come from that part of the country now and you've
Mm,
got inheritance, please give it to your children before you write your will.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we're in 2022 now. You don't
Mm,
want to go and be deleted, and then your kinsmen will say your daughters cannot inherit your property that you worked for
true.
because you don't have a
True.
son.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we need to have more voices making a lot of noise about this thing. Allow women to inherit. The constitution of the Nigeria does not the Nigerian constitution. There's nowhere in the constitution that say that women cannot inherit land or property. So why
Yeah.
is this thing a big deal in Igbo land? Why?
That's an
So people
interesting
need
question. Yeah.
people need to make, it's advocacy that is needed, and a lot of noise, people saying no, we need to change it. And it
Mm,
starts from, social media is a very powerful tool these days.
yeah.
Somebody said that, Linda is saying that, an incident happened in Ebonyi State recently where a young lady was deleted because she tried to share in her father's inheritance.
Right.
This
Oh,
is
that's sad.
sad in 2022 that she cannot inherit her father's property because she's a woman. What is
Yeah.
going on? This is
So I think she's,
2022, for goodness sake.
yes, I think the thing is she's working from that alleged new law where they say that we can inherit. I mean, so I guess they've said it in writing or whatever, but I don't think it's happening in
Yes.
practice. I
So
mean,
there's
yeah,
the law, and then there's
mm,
what is done. And that's
this is
where
it.
the advocacy comes in.
That's
People,
true. That's true.
there's a lot of town hall meetings in the diaspora here. These are the things that people can discuss. It's not like you are making noise or you're being disrespectful, but men and women who don't believe in it can bring it up in these town hall meetings. There
Yeah,
are Indigo everywhere in the world. We
sure.
can bring it
Yeah.
up. And then when you begin
Hmm.
to talk about it in the diaspora, and then it just, before you know it, back home, they might not be receptive to it, but gradually they'll begin to see that actually we are denying our daughters. Why would you deny your daughter from inheriting what you've labored for just because of agenda? It doesn't make sense.
That's true. That's true. And again, I think it's just that a lot of our fathers, I don't think they wrote wills. You understand? So this is why it's an issue. It's different if they put it down in writing, but when they
Yes,
haven't, then
yes.
these guys will fall back on the culture. I mean, I'd love to be able to inherit my dad's land. I mean, he's now passed, so I don't
Did you
think I
inherit
can.
anything? You couldn't.
Um, the thing is, I mean, at the time that he passed away, that law hadn't kind of like come in. Do you understand? It hadn't come into practice at the
But the
time.
law is not being, people don't follow it now. The
Mm,
traditions are
mm.
stronger than the law.
Well, yeah, this is it. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I mean, and that's why I was saying to you, previously in the comments that even if an Igbo woman wants to leave the marriage, you can't walk out with the children because the man has paid your bride price, so you can't you just can't carry their products and walk away just like that, unless you kidnap them and disappear to another land or another country. But you cannot just brazenly walk out with the children
I
because
see.
remember, yeah, that they
I
paid a
see.
heavy bride price on your head. So now that
I'm beginning to have more. I had empathy for her, but I see where Mary is standing right now, because
yes,
now we are getting
mm.
more understanding about where she stands as a wife. She has to
Well,
leave her
yeah,
children for this
well,
Mongo
yeah.
Park to go and raise with that other woman if she decides to leave him.
Well, this is it. And then the kids will get maltreated. So that is why she will stay there because of the kids. Because again, like I said, she can't just walk away with it. I mean, and imagine that she doesn't have that financial backing. But I'm just saying, just by the fact that they've paid that bride price, they've done all the traditional rites, that you don't really have the leverage to just say, right, I'm walking out with the kids. Because you can't. I'm just saying, unless the guy says, okay, take the kids and look after them. But I understand that most Igbo men would not want to think of their children under another man. And so for that reason, they would want the children to be raised in their house. And even his own family member, I mean, like his dad, his mom, his brothers and sisters, they are going to want those kids to be raised in their house and not outside of the family under another man when they've gone to all that effort to pay your bride price.
Wow.
Well, this is it. Do you understand? So it's difficult, but I can see why she's not just going to walk out and leave them with him, because then she leaves them under that woman. I don't want to call her name. Do you understand? Imagine.
Yeah.
And then they'll get maltreated. I mean, it's such a horrible purgatory for her to be in. Do you understand? For that thing to happen to her, and this guy's just bragging about it on the internet to the point that even people gone.
Yeah, Adama, you know what is paining me is the humiliation.
I know,
He's
same
just
here.
humiliating her over and over again. Why? You could have done this in private. You don't need to come to social media. Why are you humiliating her like this?
Yeah. And then I think even to the point that even Daddy Freeze has had to carry on his head too, because he's so upset that he's saying that he thinks that women should be allowed to marry a second husband too.
Daddy Freeze has taken this personal. He's really taking it personal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because of May and the children, and because they're such a lovely family. So I think Yul is just a greedy person. He's irresponsible. And I think I'm coming to understand with the rest of you guys that he's a narcissist.
Yes, he is.
You know, I'm still trying to understand this narcissism thing. I just learned it from your channel. So, yeah.
They have no feelings. They don't feel for the other person. They only see themselves. And they can never see the harm they are causing the other person. So,
yeah.
He's definitely
I had so much love for him. I loved his films. I just loved him. But this thing just made him just go down. Oh, my goodness. The love has gone. It's gone.
Right.
But yeah, where we are.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Adama.
So lovely to speak to you, my sis. Lovely to speak to you. Take care.
Please call again with your British
accent.
I will.
All right, then. Take care. Bye.
My love to your beautiful daughter. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mine to yours too. Take care. Bye.
All right. Bye, sis. Bye-bye. Okay. Wow. There's work to be done. No, I wish I was. Unfortunately, I cannot speak on these things. Gigi, you understand why I cannot speak of these things? Because if it has to be coming from somebody from that community. It has to be from somebody that is from that culture. So we need more Igbo people on YouTube. Yeah, because if I speak about it, it will seem as if, oh, you this Edo man. They already accused me of hating Igbo people, which is not true anyway. You know, all the what are they called? The Mongo Park always saying that you hate Igbo people. I don't hate anybody. You know, so I can't speak about it because it's not my culture. If it was my culture, I will. But I think we need to do, because there's the law and then there's what is applicable. And Blessing is telling us that even though the Nigerian law, that thanks to that brave woman who fought all the way to the Supreme Court to say, I need my father's inheritance. He's my father. I need to inherit. But his own now are not accepting it. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. If you can talk and you have the strength for it, YouTube is a very good place to start. I'm encouraging people to join YouTube. Please do. Start a channel today, because you can do a whole lot of good. I tell my husband all the time, I said, when we go to church and gather, you have highest, we have 100 or 150 people. On YouTube now, look at the number of people listening to us, 900. We have 903 people now. You can't gather that much people in the diaspora in the church. No way. Except you go to one of these, you know, it's Nigeria, you see that kind of crowd. So YouTube is a very good place for you to start advocacy. If you don't like what is happening when it comes to your tradition, your culture, and you think there is a serious gender bias going on, you need to speak. And you need to be speaking from the point of view of somebody who is from that culture. So nobody can accuse you of, you know, saying, oh, you don't like my people. That's why you're talking negatively. Okay? Because from everything we heard now from our Igbo sisters that have called in, Adama has spoken, Gigi has spoken, and the blooming groom has spoken as well. They are all Igbo women. And what they are saying is that there's so many things that I didn't even put into consideration when I was listing my 10 reasons why women don't leave this abusive or cheating relationship. Culture and tradition is a massive one. You can't inherit. You can't take your children. If you have only female children, it's your fault as a woman. Please, somebody should explain to our people back home that it is not a woman that determines the gender of a child. I know it is hard for people to understand. Even in diaspora, a lot of people still don't understand it. But we need to start putting that information out there. It is not the woman that determines the gender. We don't have a say. It's what you give us will bring to life. It is what you give us. We don't have a say in it. Most Nigerian women want to have sons. Me, I like if they even have daughters. Because you know what? It's daughters that take care of you when you're old. Let me tell you the truth, if you guys don't know. If you have daughters, you better be celebrating yourself. It is when you are old, you will know. You see all these boys? It's every day I pray, God, please. Please. Let them have a good heart that they will even remember. They will put you in a home and they won't look back once they marry. So please, all this discrimination based on the gender of your children needs to stop. We women need to do the work, and the brothers who have the same, they believe in these things that we're talking about. I believe that there are so many Igbo men who live in the diaspora and they don't share this rubbish, belief that your daughter cannot inherit. So you work all your life, you inherit all, you amass all this money. You are working in America, you are working in the diaspora, and you are building all these houses. Then your daughter cannot inherit because she's a woman. What nonsense is that? So please, this is a call for, people need to be doing more. Yeah, daughters are the best. They always think about their parents. They always look back. They always look after. They will look after you. It's your daughter that will know you've eaten. They will come and see you. You see all these boys. Some of them are like that. They are caring like that, but most of them, they are not as caring as women. They are not as caring as women. Honestly, it's every day. Every day I'll be asking my sons, I say, will you even call me when I'm old? Would you call me to say, Mom, are you okay? They'll be laughing, saying, Mom, I will. I say, let me see it now. I can't see it now. When I travel, do you call me? It is well. Thank you all so much for being here. Blinks TV, I can't add you. Your network is not good. I wanted to add you a long time ago, but unfortunately, your internet connection is not good. So apologies if I cannot add you. That's why your internet is not good. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. I hope we've taken the lessons. We say no to any kind of abuse, and cheating is emotional abuse. Okay. If you don't believe it, I have a personal experience of a sister that has been sent to the beyond because of cheating. So cheating is abuse. It's not even something that we need to be saying, maybe not. Okay. Blink TV. Oh, you got in the end. I'm just
I think I
okay.
sorted it out. Good evening, Ma. Thank you so
Good
much
evening,
for
my
having
darling.
me.
You're welcome. Okay,
Thank
let's end
you,
the
Ma.
show together. 3 minutes. Go.
The area I'm trying to come from, Auntie B, is the women that say, oh, if he goes out to cheat, after all, I meet the house, the man will come back to me. You understand?
Yeah.
Those women, I would like them to change their mentality, because I think, one thing as well is the low self-esteem. In Africa, they brainwash women to think, oh, the men are superior to them. So no matter what the man does is okay for them, they will still stay in a marriage, because, some of them financially depend on the man. But,
Yeah.
I would like that mentality to change, because there's a lot at stake when the man goes out to cheat and you still remain in the marriage, thinking, oh, now me there as now, after all, if he follow women, he go see come back to me. When I was young, right? I'm just going to tell you a quick story. When I was young,
Yeah.
I think I was like in maybe junior secondary. We used to live in an estate in Warri there, because my dad is a policeman, so we lived in a barrack. There is this other policeman as well, right? That was sick, seriously ill. They had children. We later found out that the man was sick of AIDS. And
Hey.
then, they didn't have like good treatment like the way they have it now. They didn't have good treatment like that then. The man was sick of AIDS and the man passed. After the man passed, we now found out that the wife too was ill, meaning
Of
that he
course.
had passed it on.
Yeah. To his wife. Hello. Oh, Blinks TV. Hey, whoa. You are telling us story. You've not finished. Chai. This is your internet provider. You need to sue them. Oh, yeah. Come and finish the story. I shared my link again. If you can see it, come and finish your story about the man that is sharing HIV like somebody sharing chewing gum. Come and finish the story. Hey, well, you are telling us the story and we're really feeling the story, but now internet don't throw away you. Hmm. Yeah, we need to use social media to create awareness, Adama. And for people like you, you know what you need to succeed on the internet or to succeed on YouTube or whatever platform you are, is the passion for it. And I can see that people like you have the passion for it. If you have a passion and you don't like the injustice of it, that's all. Now that is what is the propelling factor that you need. You just need something to propel you. And if you don't like what is happening in your community and you feel like this is injustice, why am I not inheriting because I'm a woman? Why am I being blamed for the sex of the children? I am a woman. I have nothing to do with any of that. If my father worked, I should enjoy it. And then fathers too should not keep quiet. The good fathers in the house who love their daughters must not keep quiet why their daughters are being discriminated against like this. They must not. I don't think it's right. Okay? Yeah. We need more awareness about that. I can't do it because I'm not Igbo and I cannot do it. So it has to be somebody that's from that culture that will be able to put their hands up and say, no, you are my people. If possible, do it in Igbo language. Yeah. You know, on YouTube, you can do a video in a local language and put transcription. Do it in Igbo language so that it will just between you people that understand the language.
My network, I don't know what's wrong with my network.
Yeah, Blinks. It's only you I'm taking.
Sorry, Auntie B. My network, I don't know what's happening with it. I don't know where I stopped now. I don't know when it cut off.
You're
Sorry.
talking about that man that was sharing HIV.
Okay. The man, right? He passed. The wife was very ill, you know. She had to move to the village with the children. So only God knows now what's going to happen to those kids because, you know, definitely their mom too, she was going to pass because then they didn't have like good health care for people with AIDS and HIV at that time. So you can imagine now how the man has managed to destroy, you know, the life of that family.
Yeah.
That's a terrible situation that women put themselves in. There's a lot of women that has contracted a lot of deadly disease from their husband. They're still in the marriage. I'm talking to you because they want to stay with the man. They want to be married just because they want to have that title, you know, married woman, which is very, very wrong. Which is very, very wrong. And they should change that thinking, that mentality. And some women will be in a difficult situation, difficult marriage, and they will still remain in it, they will still stay. My sister, you know, when you were talking about your sister, I was also talking about my own sister. My own sister now, she's passed on at 16 years. She passed on. She left us a 5-day-old baby. She was in a very abusive relationship. The man was actually beaten her 2 days after their wedding. That's when he started using belts to flog her. I was in just
16 years
then.
old. She was 16.
No, she passed 16 years ago.
Oh, okay, 16 years
She
ago.
passed 16 years ago because her son that she left for us when she passed, she had a baby. 5 days later, she passed. Her son is 16 years old now. We've been the one looking after the kids. She has 3 boys. She left us with 3 boys. We've been the one looking after the kids. The man abandoned the children and ran away. Today, we don't know where the man is. We, the family of, we, you know, my sister's family, we are the one taking care of the kids, you know. When my sister married him, 2 days later, he was using belts to flog her and she was pregnant at that time. I was in their house. I was in JSS 3 and the man beat me on top of it because I was trying to hold him not to beat my sister. I said, leave my sister alone. He threw me to the wall. A JSS 3 Peking child. He said, if I tell you my sister's story, you will be, you know, you'll be feeling sorry for you know, for her. And that's what she passed all through her life until she finally gave up the ghosts out of pity.
Why did people remove her from that? Did you not know what she was going through?
She's my eldest sister, right? We were young at that time, Auntie B. We were young at that time. If it's now, that man,
same with me.
He'll be sleeping in prison by now.
Yeah, same with
we
me.
were young.
We
were kids. I was in, you know, JSS 3 at that time. You can imagine what can JSS 3 child do. I can't do anything at that. I was young, so that's how it happened. If I tell you a story, you will be sorry for her. But she gave her life for that marriage, and you know she has 3 boys now. That we are the one looking after. The father is not even there. He has disappeared. We don't know where he is. So that's just the thing. Women should learn from these things. They shouldn't be, you know, they shouldn't be taking things like this especially that cheating is very, very wrong. They shouldn't take it because you are putting your life at risk. Thank you, Auntie B, for letting me speak tonight. God bless you, ma.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Blinks
you so much,
TV.
ma. All right,
Appreciate
ma.
you. Bye, dear. Me and you, we've lost a sister because of cheating men. So we know the pain. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Kike, I've just added you. You say I should add you. I was saying I'm finished. You say I should add you. Now that I added you. Hey, Kike, what happened now? Yeah, come. I need to go. I've stayed much longer than I thought I was going to do. You say it's important. Oh, you are coming. Let me add you. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, Kike. You're welcome.
Oh, thank you so much for allowing me on the show. It's my first time calling in.
You're
How are
welcome.
you, Auntie B?
About
Happy
to be
Mother's Day.
finished. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
know, I
Just
know. Happy
3 minutes, please. Same to
Happy
you.
Mother's Day to all women out there.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to share a quick story. I would say I'm maybe kind of young. I'm 36,
Mm-hmm.
and I got married earlier in my 22, and I was kind of in an abusive marriage. My ex-man didn't abuse me physically, but emotionally and mentally, you know. And then I was in Nigeria. Then later I traveled abroad, stayed life, and things started going well. Let me tell you something. You see, all these women that stays in their abusive marriage, some of them will say, I don't want to leave because of all the things me and I and my husband have worked for. So another side chick or one woman will come and inherit them. My dear, you are deceiving yourself. You are deceiving yourself because if you end up staying there, you will not still have peace because it will always be problem. At the end of the day, they will call family meeting for you, and then you still where you know one commot, you go still end up commot for that place. So, my dear, respect yourself, love yourself, know when it is the home is too hot for you, know when to leave. There's another thing I want to share about the infection men used to bring around. There's something they call HPV, human papilloma virus. It's not about HIV. When you go to do tests and you say you're HIV negative, no, it's not that. HPV, men are the carrier. It's the infection affects women, and it causes ovarian cancer in most women. So yes, it doesn't do anything to men. Actually, they don't suffer from it, but they infect the disease itself. Go and Google it, learn about it. It causes ovarian cancers in women, and it's called
Wow.
human papilloma virus. Yes. So,
Wow.
and a lot of women have these things. Go and see your gynecologist. As a woman, when you have a cheating man, my dear, there is a I would say 70 to 80% you have this virus, but they don't know
Wow.
about it. Ignorance,
Wow.
ignorance,
Wow. Hey.
ignorance.
Kike,
So
oh, now I'm weak. I didn't know that before.
no, it
You
is
say it
true.
doesn't affect women. It doesn't affect the carrier, the man, but the woman.
Men are the carrier, like they have the virus. It doesn't because it's the thing itself. It goes to the womb. It's the ovaries. That you used to hear of ovarian cancer, right?
Oh yes.
So
Oh yes.
what is the main cause? HPV is part of the causes of ovarian cancers in women. Go and Google
They
it.
say
Make your research.
it's cervical cancer. It's
It
cervical
is an
cancer, not
STD.
ovarian cancer. Yeah. Timothy
Yes.
said it's cervical cancer, not ovarian cancer.
Sorry, cervical cancer. I'm sorry.
Cervical cancer. Which
So
one is
yeah,
good? All of them are bad. Which
it's
one is
still the
good?
same thing, but the disease it's an STD. It is a sexually transmitted disease. And how do you get it? You get it from a man. You
Shango,
get it from a man.
can you hear
You
the
know,
danger of this cheating thing that we are talking about
it
now?
is bad.
Ah,
It is bad. It is
oh my
bad.
God.
So what I'm trying to say now is that I'm talking to my own. You see, women who don't marry. The single ones are the ones that should open their ears and learn. And learn. A woman should be financially buoyant. A woman should be financially okay. As you see me, so I am 36. Sometimes I don't even want to get married. I'm irritated by these men. I have a good job. I have a daughter. Sometimes I don't even see the need of getting married at all. I wouldn't lie, but I'm an African woman, and my parents are like, "No, good to marry, good to marry." Okay, but I want to be married to somebody that I don't want a man that will stress me. You know, so it is. I don't know. It is just a thing, and it's so sad that we don't even have effective laws that are backing up women in Africa. You see all these men that they beat their wives in Nigeria, they cheat on them. In fact, some of them are so proud. In fact, some of these men will even disrespect their wife, that when they're in their home, they still bring their side chick home, or sometimes they even receive calls from their side chick in the presence of their wife. No respect for that kind, for a woman. I mean, I don't know what kind of man would do that, but it is a norm in Nigeria. It is a normal thing that men cheat. It is not normal. When he cheats, it is not normal. The moment a man beats you, the moment he steps out to cheat on you and you are fine with it, my dear, will continue to do it. It will continue to do it. So there's this saying, they say a man can play you cheap if you allow it, So it is so sad, that we have a daughter, and I don't want my daughter to be treated this way. It is so sad that Edochie is doing. I mean, I respect this man. I respect him. I respect his family. He's got everything. He's got everything that a man will want to die for having. He's got a beautiful wife. He's got kids. He's got children. What else does he want? Good night, Auntie B, please. I don't vex.
I see. Thank you so much, Kike. See now every day we did learn knowledge for here. I don't learn something. I tell you, say I bring my paper come. HPV, my people. HPV, they say they affect women. They cause cervical cancer for women. They say they affect man. So if you get answer, you no go no. Now don't hear something, Shangbo. So you see women, they die every day of cancer. Maybe not through that one now they carry and they don't know. You see what we're talking? I mean, people, they attack me all the time for this platform. They say, they advise women to leave their marriage. I don't advise you to leave marriage. I'm advising you to stay alive, to be well, to look after your children. May you not go delete early. Make your children no suffer. My people, see the one who will learn again now, HPV. Me no know this one before. I not be medical person, no. It is well. Okay. Godmother. Can you mute your YouTube, please? Mute your YouTube. Exactly. My people, they say they affect men too. Fab say HPV affects men also. They give them mouth and throat cancer. No baton. Thank God say we get people here where they get medical knowledge to give us. Now don't say so. I beg you. I don't think it's worth it. All this is not worth it. It's not about God help us. May God help us. This is about Africans. We like to call God too much. We leave God alone. God has got nothing to do with this. Oyibo people, when they know they go church, they know some of them are atheists. They don't even believe in God. But their moral standard is so high. They know they cheat on their wife. And not also Oyibo know they cheat at all. But majority of them know they try. So the question we need to ask ourselves is that when we claim to be religious, we are Christians, we are Muslims, we have traditional worship and all that. How can we be so comfortable with this lifestyle where Oyibo, for this obodo Oyibo, where would they so? When they don't even get any religion, they know they go church. But their morality standard is so high. That's a food for thought. I will leave you guys with that one tonight. I don't exceed my time. Thank you all so much. All the people that contributed today, I appreciate you. All the people that are in the comment section, my subscribers, and people that are watching that are not subscribed, please subscribe. You are learning something every day. Tonight now, I've learned something. And I'm sure you have learned something. I know of HPV before. Me, I don't know. Maybe some people are inside who are scientists or who work in the medical field will know. But me, I didn't know. So please encourage our ministry so that we can continue to do these shows. They are not easy. I don't hear. And I said I was going to do 1 hour, 30 minutes. This is me doing an hour extra. You see? Because if I did it now, we will not learn about HPV. So subscribe. Please give this video a thumbs up before you log out. And if you are catching this on playback, give it a thumbs up. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. Join our family. We are trying to do the work of God here. We are not perfect, but God is helping us. See. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe jẹ́jẹ́ o. Let us be very, very careful. See plenty knowledge now when they download. Temiti say you have different subtypes of HPV. HPV 6 and 11 causes genital warts. HOV 16 and 18 can cause cervical, vulva, and even penile cancers. None of them is good, my dear. None of them is good. And Temiti is a doctor. She's a medical doctor. So she's talking based on experience. Chetiribayi. Just respect your vows. Stay within the bounds of your marriage. Love and respect your partner. If you know if you do again, say things. But I'm not to say all women good. I'm not saying that women are the perfect human being. We are very bad women. All I'm saying is that within marriage is a commitment and is a covenant. Respect those. You sworn to respect that covenant. If you don't fit again, then una call each other, sit down, agree. Now waka, find a way to co-parent. Then you enter another marriage if you choose to. But all this frolicking up and down with multiple partners. Now where the wahala they come, all this HPV, HIV, all of them, and there they come from. Bible tells us that the wages of sin is death. So HPV, HIV, this, hepatitis B, hepatitis, see, all life-altering and life-threatening illnesses, all for waiting. Is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Think about it, though. Thank you all so much. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. I appreciate you. Love you very much. And I will see you in my next one. May God bless you. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you're watching this on playback, give it a thumbs up. It is well. May God continue to teach us to do the right thing. And may God continue to help us to live a life that's worthy. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much. I love you. Have a good evening and a good afternoon in the US. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Bye, guys.